So, a quick recap of last time. Having cleaned up the Drow ambush, you guys headed back to Dvenhem to relay the information to Dustkeeper Drennan the Younger. And kind of important parts you took from the ambush were that, well, they kind of fought back, but appeared to have been targeted by the Drow on purpose for some reason, and they also took from Dustkeeper Drennan the Elder a pass that allowed access to the Gold Brew mine, specifically on a specific day, which the Drow had for some reason. So you kind of presumed that that had something to do with it. Taking that information back to Dustkeeper Drennan, Eva, you came up with a couple of plans of action moving forward, involving her arranging a meeting potentially with one of the Gold Brew clan's representatives, as well as deciding to head to the registration office to investigate the other link you had between Ronnie and his mining operations in the Deep Shelf as well, where you also found that he was in fact connected to the Goldbrew mine after some pretty lucky escapes in the registration office, which caused a little bit of chaos, but seemed to be out relatively consequence-free, as Eric's God predicted. And you guys came back to the Screaming Maiden with these new pieces of information in hand. You had an interesting part of the book, the ledger, was that there was a large number of people on that particular day signed in to work at the Goldbrew mine, one of them being Ronnie, and and obviously it's the same place that you found Dustkeeper Drennan had visited 2 days prior to the current date. So you're in the Screaming Maiden now. It's about midday. We'll say maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What's the plan of action now?
I would like to check, so we did talk about this at the end of last episode, but just checked. So usually there in the logbook there were that 5 to 10 people went to the Deep Shelf to work in the mines, like all of the mines in the Deep Shelf in total. But on that day,
No.
okay,
Maybe I explained it correctly, I think, but there's probably hundreds and hundreds of people that go, but normally it's 5 to each mine. Like each mine will request 5, 6, 7, 8 people for the day, whereas this time on this particular day, Goldbrew mine requested 5 times that number. Yeah, as many as they could get.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Just wanted to check. So, okay. Yeah.
Do we have anything we want to do other than wait for Drennan to get us that audience?
Oh yeah, true that.
Well, now could also be a good time if Finley does want to buy a better light armor.
That's shopping time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we did get quite a bit of gold, like every one of us. So, if there's
true.
anything anyone does want to shop for,
what's the best place to check? Like, I'm talking about the website now. Like, how should I know about D&D armor?
So players
handbook is pretty good.
Yeah.
So bad because I can't search.
Hightown, here we go.
It's chapter 5.
Yeah.
Page 143, 4.
But yeah, like I wrote in the chat, studded leather is the only better light armor available for you.
Okay.
Beyond that, you would need something like magical armor, like +1 armor and stuff like that to benefit you anymore. But yeah, studded armor will be a bit of an upgrade.
Okay. I could go buy that.
Yeah, it's only 45 gold, so.
Yeah. For my next armor upgrade.
Does that plus dex mean like my AC will raise by my dexterity?
Yeah. So if you go any higher than certain armors above that, stop using your dexterity or have a maximum you can use from dexterity, which is why they won't actually benefit you, because you have dexterity better than they can give you.
All right. Well, Finley would like to visit the local shop to buy some armor.
Yeah, in terms of straightforward things like that, that's no problem. You know from having explored the city a little bit that the bear market, as it's called, is full of kind of generic items, not things that are not particularly enchanted or anything, but just the run of the mill stuff. So yeah, you're easily able to find a suit of studded leather that will fit Finley, and
Yep.
so I can just drag and drop. You can drag and drop it to your character sheet as well.
Yeah.
I think that should just work. Studded leather. I'm just going to do it so that I can check it works. Because sometimes it comes up with this weird warning about the AC not being correct, and I don't know what that means. I played around with it, but I never seemed to fix it. But there we go, yeah. So it works. Studded leather armor, which bumps you up to a 15 at AC. Huge.
Good upgrade. I'm just so used to not having armor.
Yeah, yeah.
Understandable for a bard.
Yeah. It's not like you're supposed to be super heavily armored, but that works out. Okay, so yeah, no problem upgrading a set of leather armor as well.
For me, would it be possible to? I'd maybe be interested in going to the Ember Spire and just going there to check what they have. I guess there were no more ritual scrolls, but I would maybe like to ask if if I can maybe order anything from there, or anything else.
Yeah. So yeah, you head there, and the clerk who is there says, "Oh, welcome back to the Ember Spire. How can I help you today?"
I guess you have not had any ritual scrolls added to your wares recently, since I last visited?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't remember exactly when you last visited, but unfortunately, we haven't had a delivery immediately.
Would it be possible for me to request a making of a ritual scroll, or ordering a delivery from Carenport, for example, or Runnington? Through
Yes,
you?
of course. If you have a specific spell that you are looking for, we can certainly do that. Of course, it comes at a premium cost.
And what would that premium cost be?
It's normally 3 times the cost of the level of the spell, which exists.
Yeah.
The difficulty of the spell.
Yes. 3 times. How long does it take to deliver?
Oh, for lower difficulty spells, only a day or so.
All right.
Depends on how complicated a spell you're looking for.
If anyone else wants to do anything, I'm just looking through the ritual spells for a bit here. So.
Yeah, Haruk, would you be opposed for a small loan of 700 gold?
I mean, it would be cool to get plate armor.
What's the
Would
interest?
plate armor even be available in this?
No, I think
region
what we
since-
said, you would
Yeah.
probably need to go to the actual dwarven smiths in the lower levels to get proper plate armor. Half plate is available here, but the full plate armor is, it's akin to a magic item, essentially.
Never mind. Not tossing a coin to our orc.
Your dwarves.
And yeah, I mean, I will just mention again, because you guys are talking about shopping, that, yeah, as we've discussed before, a larger variety of goods, including magical items and stuff, you have heard are available in the lower shelves. If you are able to get access down there, you may want to save some gold for some of those items,
Good tip.
I want to shop for more arrows. Are the acid arrows still on sale, and are there any more?
Yeah, you go and speak
last time I checked, there were 2 acid arrows.
Yeah, you can go and speak to the so it's a Fletcher at the market, who seems to be kind of a little bit mad scientist, a little bit kind of experimenting with weird ways of creating cooler arrows and things. And he still has the 2 acid arrows for sale on like nobody else has bought them. Did you pick? I can't remember how many. Did you buy any at the time? Or
No, I
not?
didn't buy any
No,
of
I didn't
those.
think
I
so,
only got
right?
the fire arrows.
Yeah, so he still has those on stock, but he hasn't come up with any others. But he says to you, "Oh, you seem to be a recurring customer. Well, let me tell you, if you have any ideas, any kind of things that you might want achieved with an arrow, I'd love to tinker around. Maybe you could upfront some gold, and I could come up with some kind of interesting contraptions for you. You know, I love to tinker."
Sounds interesting. I've only heard stories of a madman firing an arrow with a magical rune or scroll on it and it blasting a fireball or something like that.
Oh wow! Well, I would probably need some kind of assistance from a wizard or something to get the fireball part right. I was thinking more practical.
I see.
But for sure, I'd love to try that. Yeah, imagine a fireball arrow. How many arrows could you fire in 6 seconds?
How about strapping a potion of healing onto an arrow?
Oh, a healing arrow. And he starts to like. Well, the thing is, you know, for the potion of healing, you can't just splash it onto your skin. You need to somehow cut the flesh to get it in, or land it in the mouth of the target. So if it was in a glass bottle and you shot that into the mouth, that could cause more damage than it healed. Let me think about that. Perhaps there's a way that I could somehow deliver the liquid. Are you good enough to hit a person in the mouth?
I can give it a try, of course.
Oh, well, I'd love to see that. Okay, well, leave that with me. Maybe check back in a day or two, and I'll see what I can do. Do you have a potion of healing I can use to work with?
Do I don't think I do. No.
Okay, well, step 1, I'm going to need a potion of healing from you, and if this is your venture as much as mine, then we can joint venture, and I'll see what I can come up with.
I think this town didn't sell potions of healings. Didn't we talk about them? Or was it the other campaign?
No, you're thinking of the other campaign again, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess
In this, no, here, potions are not so difficult to come by, at least
Okay.
healing. Yeah.
In that case, I think we should just go potion shopping, guys. I think that's very useful.
I'll buy the acid arrows.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Cost 2 of them for 50 gold.
He says, "Yeah, as I'm able to sell you them, I'll be able to bring the price down because these are sort of prototypes. But if I see that they're selling well, then I'll gladly invest in bigger economies of scale. Oh, yeah."
Should have taken Finley with you.
For those.
So my player handbook
There's
is not
my
really-
inventory.
Yeah. So yeah, acid arrows you can get. Yeah. In terms of potions as well. Let me just open up my thing.
Question: can I fire arrows with my what was it called? The shot bow? Not shot bow. The bow that I just got, the new one.
Yeah, we'll say that he's able to.
But it doesn't need bolts. Or...
Yeah, technically it does need bolts, but he's able to just like shave down the arrows from that you're buying for these specialist arrows to make them fit the crossbows that you have.
Did Dudon have the ability to speak with animals, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Also.
Were you saying something?
Oh.
Okay. What was it? 50 gold for the level 1 rituals in like normally? So this would be 150 gold.
Yes,
Order
I
them?
think that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I would like to order the alarm and Tensor's floating disc rituals. Both are level 1. So that would
oh
be,
yes, of course. Can I take a name?
that would be for Rain Moonspear.
And you jot something down. I'm afraid that will be payment up front, but they will be ready for you in 1 day's time.
All right,
Give
and
or
I'll
take.
pay 300 gold for that. And do
So
they
just
sell?
which spells was it again?
Alarm.
Spelling Disc, and yeah.
Yeah. And then also, do they sell healing potions here?
Yes, they do.
And
They have
how much are they, and how many do they have?
They have a decent selection of. Let me just open up my new file. They have a decent selection of regular healing potions, so just the potion of healing, which is 50 gold each. There is also, I would say, like as many greater healing as you want as well, 150 gold each. There's a limited supply of the higher level ones, Superior and Supreme. And Superior.
How much did the second level greater healing potions?
Yeah, greater healings are 150.
And how much did they heal?
It's 4d4 plus 4, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just buy 3 of the normal healing potions for now, I think. Maybe one of those as well, so that would be another 300 gold.
So you're
one greater
3...
and 3 normal healing potions.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Just going on a spending spree.
Yeah, I mean, why
All
not?
the cash. Yeah.
I'd also like to buy 3 normal healing potions.
Yeah, sure.
I'll buy
gold.
1.
So how much was it? Sorry.
So they're 50 each for the normal.
So 150.
150 for the greater ones.
But 150 for 3. Yes.
Yes. Yep.
I think I'll be fine without.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just mention one other thing that you can potentially spend money on, since you're spending money, is do not forget the
upgrading our organization.
You might want to start putting some money away for that, just because the benefits are.
But it was like 2k
exponential.
each.
It is, yeah, 2k each, yeah.
Yeah.
But you could form some kind of pot or pool. I mean, the cost is 2k each, as in the cost is like 10k, right? So it doesn't have to be that you all pay 2k. It can be one person can pay 10k if they want, but like however you want to do it.
Someone else will probably need to bring that idea up, otherwise Rain's just gonna keep spending.
But yeah, in terms of any other basic items, potions, stuff like that, anything else anyone wants to stock up on whilst we're doing some shopping?
I mean, if there are some, I don't know, herbs or something that I wonder if I can make any.
Stock up on some hallucinogenic mushrooms again.
Yeah, some mushrooms, yeah.
Fair enough.
Are you...
I mean,
you have alchemy
have a-
tools or alchemist kit?
actually, no. I have a herbalism kit. Yeah.
So I think, let me just check the... So I think you can't make potions with the herbalism kit. I think you need the alchemy kit for that. But maybe not.
No, herbalism kit allows you to create antitoxin and potions of healing.
Normal
there we go,
potions of healing only?
Well,
it doesn't say
potions,
specifically, it just says potions of healing, but yeah, I would say that, as you get better with it, I think you could make higher level potions of healing with it too.
Wasn't there some like rule, like if you're crafting stuff, it's like you create a certain amount of gold worth per day? Does this
There
apply?
probably is rules like that, but I don't tend to... I don't know. I've never really had anyone craft to the maximum amount possible. Usually it's just like
I think it's actually pretty low
or something.
Like
yeah,
it's like 5 gold a day or something. So for a plate armor, you'd need like a year of crafting.
Yeah. No, for things like that, I'm usually relatively fast and loose on it. Depending, for me, it's more about the availability of materials and stuff. I think for you, dude, in the city, buying the amount of herbs needed to make the potions wouldn't save you any money. if you were to be out of the city foraging for herbs yourself, then we do some rolls, see how good you can do that, and then maybe you can create potions of healing from that. But I think here you would have to just go and buy, and they know, like, oh, you're here to buy a bunch of ingredients for a potion of healing. Well, yeah, you can of course acquire those ingredients differently. That's a different matter for sure. But if you just want to straight up buy the ingredients for it, it's not going to save you any money versus just buying it yourself, because yeah,
makes sense.
okay, so any other plans? What else do you want to do with the rest of the afternoon, I guess? You're still waiting potentially for this message, but who knows whether that will come, if ever. So have you got any other things you guys want to do?
Is the greater healing potion in the compendium?
Possibly.
Yes.
It should be.
I can't find it.
Nope.
Oh, no, it's not. You could just add a normal potion of healing and just up it to 40 if all possible.
No, yeah, that's true, yeah.
So we were waiting for the invitation to go perhaps to the mines or have the meeting in the city.
Yeah, with the gold crew representative.
Yeah. But how long did we discuss that might take? A couple days or something?
I don't...
No,
Was it said?
I'm not sure if it was said, but the implication was you would probably get a message back relatively quickly about whether or not you can meet. The meeting itself might be in a day or two, because you don't know the availability of these people. But like just sending a message down and getting a reply shouldn't take too long. But yeah, it might be like tomorrow morning or something like that.
Yeah, okay. I think if we all meet up now, like for example the tavern or something after our shopping, Finley would like to suggest that, well, we should probably start saving some money for upgrading our company perks at some point. So should we try to look for quick jobs for tonight or for tomorrow, since we're now waiting for the message to maximize our profit?
I would be up for that, but it might be hard to find a job in such a fast schedule. I mean, for the time we've been trying, we've only found these 3 jobs.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could try it out, see if we find anything.
I'll just ask Marriott, right?
Yeah.
Like, Marriott, have you been hearing any rumors around or people, anything lately going on that could lead us to some kind of quick jobs?
Oh, well, I'll be honest, we don't get too many people in here except you folks these days. So, but I've been out and about a little bit myself, and sure, I did hear something that might interest you. There's some talk from one of the merchants just down the street from here, a couple of doors down. He's said that he's got some kind of weird noises coming from inside his house or something. He was just complaining about it, and there's a whole discussion, in the taverns, what it could be, and all kinds
house.
of. Yeah, I think it was his house that he. He was kind of just telling a story in the tavern. Oh, this noise is coming from inside the house, but I wasn't sure if it was a legitimate thing. I didn't think to ask him if he needed any assistance with it, but well, maybe if you want to check up on it, of course.
Yeah, I think we could. Sounds interesting. Maybe it's a ghost.
It could be a ghost, you never know.
Well, sure, we could get rid of those two. Let's go check it out if you guys are fine with that.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Hope it's not more twigs.
So it was a merchant. Maybe is he at the marketplace then? Or?
Oh, he lives a couple of doors down actually. He's a friend of mine. His name is Umbar.
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 Can you write it? Male, female?
Oh, he's a dwarf, male dwarf.
Oh, he's a dwarf. All right. Thank you, Marriott. We'll go check it out then and get back for tonight probably.
Oh, no, of course. Have fun.
Thanks. All right.
I hope it's not a ghost.
It'd be dope to see a ghost. Let's head to his house.
Yeah.
Turn undead.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you got directions from Marriott, so you got the actual like location and a few doors down, and yeah, it's like it's a decent sized house for the Narrows. It's like 2 stories, and it's actually, got a bit of kind of decoration on it and stuff compared to some of the houses down here, which are basically like hovels almost, or can get really bad in some of the like edges. Generally, it's considered like the closer you are to like the walls of the city, like the cavern walls basically that it's built in, the worse it gets. So he's like on the main street, so that's kind of like as good as it gets around here, right? And yeah, it's like a decently decorated door.
Okay. Finley knocks on it.
Yeah, make a perception check, Finley.
All right.
You don't hear anything. You knock. There's no immediate reply.
I knock way louder, and also if there's a window next to it, I'll also knock on the window and check in like if there's a window.
Yeah, there is a window. As you knock on the window, you hear from inside like a and as you hear like a male wolf, and then you see that it's like shuttered up and there's curtains. He opens the shutter from the inside of the window a little bit, and he's like peeking out, kind of like looking super nervously, and then
I go like this, very friendly, like hello.
And you can make a persuasion check. Nice. And yeah, you see he kind of like calms down a bit as he's like, oh Jesus, and but yeah, he comes, and you hear the click of the bolt on the lock and etc., and he opens up the door, and yeah, you see like a pretty like large dwarf who's got a long white beard, and he looks into his like 50s in comparative ages for humans, right? Into his like 50s, so, and he's yeah, he kind of looks you up and down, and then kind of checks. Are the rest of you guys with Finley? Like, is it just a group of you at the door?
I think, yeah.
We've come here to talk about Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So he kind of surveys the whole group of 5 of you, and is like, it kind of like steps back a little bit, closes the door up a little bit, so he's like, he could easily shut it, basically. Yeah. But says, oh, yeah. Hello?
Hello, sir. Didn't mean to scare you like this with my big bunch of friends here. I reckon your name is Umbar, right?
Yeah, that's my name.
Yeah, we're friends of Marriott, actually. We've been staying at the tavern for a bit now. We're a company called Crown? No.
Adamant Mine.
Adamant Mine.
Oh, the Crown Fight. I've heard of those guys, yeah.
Oh, they're great guys.
Wait, Adamant Mine. Never heard of them.
They saved the kingdom, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, enough jokes. And Finley continues like, yeah, we're a new company in the city, and actually, like, since we're friends of Marriott, he happened to tell you about this thing, sort of a problem you might be having in your house. We're actually doing all bunch of different kind of jobs around the city, and we heard that there might be some disturbance in your house, and whatever it is, we would be happy to help you for some korvaus. Compensation.
Oh, Marriott. Yeah, we're good. Is he still doing his crocheting? You know, make some excellent hats. Yeah.
Oh, well, I haven't noticed that yet, but we definitely need to talk about that with him more.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, what a guy. Yeah, I mean, look, you can make an insight check.
Does anyone else want to do checks as well, like, since they're listening?
True. You're all listening in. This is not doesn't have to just be Finley.
Sure. Oh, I
have a feeling that noises might be inside his head.
Yeah, so none of you have particularly good insight. I mean, he's quite jovial, like making some jokes and stuff, but you do just get the impression that yeah, something's like a little bit off with him, you know, like he doesn't seem like super like confident, I guess, or something like that. But he says, well, look, I'll be honest with you, like everybody, you know, down at the tavern and that, they thought I was making it up, but I swear, on certain days I'm hearing noises, and sometimes they're upstairs, sometimes they're downstairs, sometimes in the basement, and every time I go down there and I look, there's nothing there. And the lads, you know, they're saying, oh, you're just hearing things, you're getting old in your old age, you're hearing these noises, nobody's taking me seriously.
You don't look a day older than 30, sir, so I don't know what they're talking about. We've been dealing with a lot of issues, or like we've been... English. We've solved a lot of issues like this in the town, and lately there's been like some weird incidents going on. We just cleared a weird vine creature from this nearby
warehouse.
I'm sorry. I can't
It's fine.
So yeah, whatever it might be, like we believe in you, and we could check it out. You know, I have like different kind of buddies behind me here. Some of them are magic users, so if there's something freaky like that going on, we might be able to detect stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Freaky,
how old did you call the dwarf?
30.
Yeah, you called him 30, which is like a
But you
child.
said 50.
I know. I'm using like comparative age. I guess he's
Yeah.
like 250 years old. Like, it's just like he, you know, if he was a human, he'd be 50. But
Then
in
I
dwarf
would
years,
say-
but
I
yeah,
would
you
have
would
said-
say the correct.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
Hey,
A day,
Like-
a day over 100, you know.
Yeah.
Something
Sure.
like that. Yeah, sure. But yeah. He says, "Oh, yeah, freaky. That's a good word for it. Freaky. That's what it is." Well, look. The thing is, look. You know, I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit as well. You know, because maybe it's all in my head. So, you know, I didn't want to go and start spending my gold. You know, you know, I do all right, but you know, I haven't got money to throw after noises and that. So, you know, I'd take you up on your offer, but here's the deal: you don't find anything, I don't pay anything, right? I'm not paying up front or anything for some.
Of course, sure. Like, you're a friend of Marriott. We trust you, like, from that only. Surely we'll deal with it like that. It's no problem for us. Outside question: would merchant like this with this type of house, how wealthy would he be? Like, what kind of offers would he make for like compensation? Like rewards?
You could maybe make just like a charisma check, because it's not so much about how. I mean, his means, yeah, but also how much he's likely to spend based on his personality is more appropriate. Yeah, like he's in the Narrows. It's not the best, so it's not like he's a super high level merchant. I mean, but also Badoom, you know, also lived in a similar place on the main road in the Narrows, so like he's probably decently well off. You get the impression though that like it's not like a major problem for him
Yeah,
right now.
maybe-
It's just a bunch of annoying noises that keep happening, and it's like
Maybe 50
He-
gold each, like 200 gold or 250 gold altogether.
yeah,
would be
yeah. I mean,
realistic.
also, yeah, or also you could attempt to do a price based on what actually you find,
Yeah.
right?
Mm,
So you
sure.
could attempt to just
Yeah.
try and get money out of him afterwards, but that's a little riskier because obviously if you've solved any problems, he doesn't need to pay you anymore, right?
Yeah.
We can always shake him down for it.
Yeah. So that's up to you, but yeah,
Yeah.
you can do a
I
price
don't
up front.
think
or-
Finlay's even gonna bring up any prices here, cause like just he's just gonna answer like, yeah, well, we can do it exactly like you suggested. We're just having a sort of a free night today, so we'll gladly help with you with this problem now.
So there were noises coming from his basement, like from this house that he's currently in.
I think Rain could just ask like questions more from him if she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, Yeah, from everywhere in the house. This house right here, I mean, basically, I hear some noises coming from upstairs, and I run upstairs, sword in hand, and there's nothing there. And then suddenly it's from downstairs, and I run downstairs, and there's nothing there. And yeah, and as I say, it happens maybe once a day at this point. It's really getting on my nerves, and I don't know what it is.
What do the sounds sound like?
Yeah, like is it like some animal sound or something?
It's like
knocking.
No. Well, knocking, yeah, not necessarily footsteps. It's like kind of banging noises and like, you know, it sounded like the first time it happened, I thought someone had broken in upstairs. You know, I thought they'd kicked a window in. They were trying to rob me, so that's why I was quick to respond. But nothing there. Nothing was broken either. Nothing's been moved. Nothing really knocked over or anything like that. I tell you the other thing as well. Sometimes I'm just walking through the house normally, and suddenly it gets really cold. Certain place really cold, and then it's all right again for a little bit. You know.
Has there been anything
Temperature
today?
changes, huh?
Today not so far today, but I haven't been in all day. I just got back at lunchtime. I've been out this morning, so you know.
When did all of this start? The noises, the coldness.
Oh, it's been a couple of days now. 4 days maybe. 4 days, I think, every day almost.
So it's
Yeah, you
easy.
can see why it's getting pretty frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably haven't had good sleep either, so I can understand it's getting on your
Well,
nerves.
they don't seem to turn up when they're sleeping, whatever it is. My sleep's been perfect.
Did anything special happen like 4 days ago once the sound started? Did you get anything, you know, new items in your house or something? Furniture?
Oh, that's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, actually, I did. I bought a little censer. It's you know, for doing like incense and stuff in the house. It's down in my basement, gets very musty. You know, smells kind of a little off sometimes down there. So I thought, oh, that'll brighten up the place. You know, Marriott actually recommended a guy who does incense, and yeah, I bought it off one of the guys down the bear market. It's down in the basement right now. But I mean, it's just a little brass holder for incense and that. Like, but now that you say that, I did buy it like 4 days ago. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
All right. Well, I think we could start figuring this out. if
Do you
that's
remember the
fine.
name of the merchant who sold the incense to you?
Oh, no idea. It was like he's not normally there. He's like a peddler. He had a cart he brought in from outside. Had all kinds of stuff on there, like antique sales and stuff like that, you know?
With my limited knowledge of religion, this item is 100% cursed and we must destroy it.
Do you say that to him? Or are you just
I'm
thinking out loud?
thinking out loud.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, what was the item he bought?
Sensor.
A sensor.
A sensor, yeah.
Sensor,
yep.
I'm not sure if that's necessarily the correct term, but that's what he's calling it. I guess
Like,
it's spelled like this? I don't even know how you spell
Yeah. It's like a religious item that you can.
Get smoke out of it, like you can spin
Yeah.
it.
You see those priests, they swing it
Yeah.
in the churches and stuff, but this would probably be, you know, a smaller, less ornate type of thing. He's not swinging this giant thing in his basement,
yeah.
but yeah. For the purposes of, getting incense and burning incense and, you know, trying to, in the medieval times, trying to actually make things smell nicer is not so easy, right?
All
Any other
right.
questions?
I think I'm all out of questions now.
Yeah. Well, I think, Sir Umbar, we could feel out the place a little bit, and we could check out the item and just like probably stay and listen if we hear and sense anything. Do you want to stay with us to check out what we find, or?
Well, what's going to be the best for you? I mean, house is pretty small. You don't need a tour, really. It's upstairs, downstairs, in the basement. I can stay, or I could, you know, go down and get a pint.
Yeah, go down and get a pint. I think that sounds good to me. You can
mean,
catch up with Marriott a bit.
Oh yeah, well I don't drink there, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you guys seem trustworthy. You know, Marriott sent you down my way. I haven't spoken to anyone else, so seems legit to me. Yeah, I'd be happy for the help if you can find anything, and yeah, of course, a reward's due when it's reward when it's due, and I'll gladly help you out on that front. Yeah.
I will
was
just
thinking
start
about-
casting the ritual for detect magic as we as he's starting to leave.
Okay.
I wanted to go find the merchant and shake him up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean that's also. Yeah, you guys can discuss.
Yeah, I think
It
good
might be hard for
starting
us to
point
contact
is
you. Maybe you can actually, Stein, you can maybe take this Ring of the Shadowkin that I have, and if we need, we can maybe contact you through it.
Sounds good.
Should be a little bit easier.
Yep. I'll try to go find some information.
Yeah, so I'll give the Ring of the Shadowkin to Stein.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So Stain, anyone going with Stain to the market?
I think Finley would be useful to go with him, but like instead of staying in this house to figure out stuff. But I could just
Whatever
like
ghost
rush.
thing this is.
I could rush to the market like after if we stay needs help with anything or something, or if you guys have any ideas like what could Finley do.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah,
think if we can sense any magic or something, like probably that sensor does seem like a good lead, so I can first detect magic and then I can identify the sensor maybe afterwards if there's nothing.
Yeah, and honestly, if
That's
there's some creature here, I want to talk to it. I want to know how it's doing this weird disappearing and yeah. So I want to stay here.
Okay.
I don't care about magic. That's why I'm going.
You just want to shake people down.
I can't shoot a ghost, to my knowledge.
True.
Yeah, Yaruk is probably somewhat at least interested in the sensor since some sort of information about how religion works. What is this thing?
Okay, sure. So everyone except Stain is going to stay in the house, right? Just so that I'm
Yes.
correct for now. Okay, cool.
Keep the door open if you need to run out.
Okay, cool. Then I will move you guys over to up. Does this work like this? You should just be able to see this side. Yeah.
See just that side, did you say?
Yeah, so this is the first floor. You can't see
Yeah,
the
I think we
second
see
and
the
third floor
entire
yet.
floor, but I guess that's fine.
Yeah. This doesn't have the
Yeah.
the
He
like
called
vision,
this
the vision
small.
thing.
It's bigger than my apartment.
Fair.
Yeah, like what? Like every square is 5 feet times 5 feet, so you can.
Yeah, true. It's not 45 by 65. You know, yeah, a small little place, 2 stories, basement.
3 floors, yeah.
Yeah.
Very quaint.
Very quaint, yeah. But yeah, you guys enter the room and you look around, and yeah, you see it is, you know, quaint, but large enough, and has a pretty like rudimentary furniture everywhere. There's a fireplace, a little kitchen area in the top corner here. There's a little dining table and some like lounge seating, and then the stairs head up in this direction, and then there's a second door thing here that is not open right now, but there's a door at the side that seems to go out to like a kind of balcony type of, or like outside area, and then there's also a trapdoor here. Before all that though, we will just skip forward to Stain, who heads to the market. Actually, I guess there's a little bit of travel time involved for you to get to the market, so immediately what you guys want to do is you enter the house.
Did you want to start the detect magic ritual
Yeah,
at this
casting the
at this
ritual.
room?
I just like cast it and then it. I think it moved with me, so I can just
Yeah,
like
it's
cast
like
it
an
and-
aura around you,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's like 10 minutes around, 30 feet around me.
I
Yeah.
think Finley would just go and take a seat at the table and take at least a couple minute sit in silence to feel out the area. Maybe insight or
Feel the aura of the place.
yeah, just to
Does
see
it
if
give bad
he
vibes?
Yeah, immediately then with the detect magic, it takes like a minute and a bit, right? Finley's chilling.
10 minutes for the cast.
Yeah, since it's a ritual.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
cast it
yeah,
as
sure.
ritual, yeah.
Okay, so you start doing that. Dudon and Yarok, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I would probably start to go to the basement to look for the
Yeah.
sensor item. Yeah,
Mm.
Okay,
it
sure.
sounds interesting. So yeah.
So there's a trapdoor here that seems to be the only like obvious way into the basement that you can see.
I'm gonna stay with Rain upstairs.
I'll just like be careful,
Oh,
guys.
wait,
we don't
I,
know how cursed it is.
I'm lying. This is not a trapdoor. There is 2 sets of stairs here. There's a door here that goes down to the basement under the stairs. You know, like it's a under the stairs thing. So there is a door which is closed here. You guys are in front of, and it like, well, does someone want to try and open it? I guess basically what I'm saying is it's not obviously like open.
Yeah, Yaruk is just gonna try and
You're just
open
gonna
it.
walk over and open it. Yeah, sure. You can make a Constitution saving. No, no. Strength check. Let me just check. Yeah, with a 13, you pull on the door, and it kind of opens for a second as if, you know, it's not locked. You open the door, and then it kind of pulls itself shut with a boom, you know. And you feel a kind of like, as if someone's on the other side pulling it closed, you know.
This door doesn't work. It's broken somehow.
Duda is looking at Yahruk. Huh? Like, you pull it?
Yes,
Maybe it's a
but
push
it doesn't
door.
open. Yaruk tries pushing it.
It's
Oh my
not a push
God.
door. It doesn't do anything.
This reminds me of our second episode ever in our first campaign that Crimson did this to me. Like, actually, it was a push door. It wasn't a pull door. Like, I tried.
But
to
that's
pull
because
it.
you fail. That's because you failed all your rolls to try and open the door. Like. And there was no good reason why you can't open the door, right? Oh, well, actually, it's a push door. But yeah, you push the door. No, it's not a push door. It
Yeah.
doesn't push.
Works even worse this way. At least the other way I got like it opened a little bit. Any ideas to done?
No, unless we don't want to break it, but it doesn't
Hey,
sound
hey,
like
no,
a
no,
good
don't
idea.
break anything. Also, just
Yeah, that's
don't-
what I said. It's not a good idea.
don't make much noise. Rain's trying to concentrate on her ritual, guys, and I'm trying to feel out the place. You know, let me have some moment of silence
We are
here.
just discussing.
You can make a wisdom check, Finley.
Wisdom, huh?
How good can you feel the vibes?
Pretty okay.
Very well.
Immaculate.
Yeah, you can imagine yourself living here. Decent house, you know, seems kind of nice. Furniture could do with a bit of improvement.
Alright.
You know, it's not the best decorated. You could probably improve on that. But yeah, pretty good vibes.
All right. All right.
Yahrok, should we try the trapdoor in that case? If-
There wasn't a trapdoor, right?
Oh.
That it got retconned out
sorry,
of
yeah, yeah.
existence.
Exactly,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
I was confused as to why, like, how you got down to the basement, but I worked it out.
I'm back. I mean, I guess I could have started casting my own ritual since detect magic is already taken. I could have used detect poison and disease, but I don't think that's gonna be any relevant. So, gonna let Rain cast her ritual.
So you continue, yeah. So you're not trying the door again once it closes. You're just gonna let Rain do the ritual.
I'm gonna try it once more.
It could be that he has carbon monoxide poisoning, so maybe then, well, I guess he would need to be here for that to work, but
Ah, yeah.
Like the poison and disease.
Mm. Well, it depends if on would you count carbon monoxide as a poison?
It's natural.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
true.
cyanide.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably carbon monoxide poisoning is a
Yeah.
poison of some kind,
Yeah.
but I think that spell would probably work too. But you would need the person who's
Yeah.
afflicted to know that, right?
It's presence and location of poisons.
Oh yeah, you can just detect poisons because there's poison in the air all around. Like the carbon monoxide is
Yeah,
always
yeah.
in the air.
Yeah, that's the like. It wouldn't. I wouldn't think it would work. Yeah, I'm not gonna be casting anything. I'm gonna try the door one more time. This time in the pull direction again.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Make another strength check. 16.
Why are you closed?
Why
Stop
door no
having the
work?
door be closed.
Yeah, again, you pull it and it pulls itself shut.
I've tried everything, man.
Well,
Door
let
doesn't
me,
work.
All
let
out
me
of
try
ideas.
to open the door. You know, it shouldn't be that difficult. You know.
Dudo, maybe you help pull him, like help pull Yaruk.
Dudon, you walk over to try and pull on the door. You pull for a second, and then you feel like a force push back, and the door slams open, but you go flying with it. Dudon flies across the room, lands in the
No,
middle of
little
all the
man.
chairs, and smashes onto the ground. And you get thrown how far?
This
25
is starting
feet.
to become a reoccurring bit.
True. So you take
You are correct. The door is
10 damage
weird.
Door does not work. No.
as you smash into this furniture, and you don't break anything necessarily, but you fly into the thing. But now the
Breaking
door
my
is
legs and backs. I think.
yeah. Now the door is open.
Like space open.
Yeah. So 10 minutes of trying this will say that the ritual also finishes, and there's no magic in the room that you can see immediately. There's no items or objects or any visible magical auras here. The door also doesn't appear to have any magical aura or anything. So whilst that happens, Stain, you arrive at the market. You can make an investigation check.
And then I shall. Oh, close.
You spend a lot of time going through the. This is a really big market in a big city. You're going stall by stall, looking for this cart. Maybe he's set up in the stall somewhere. Maybe he's off on the side somewhere. So unfortunately, you just spend your time at the moment looking for something that matches the description, but don't find anything immediately.
I'll start asking around.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So you start to, also make some inquiries and stuff as you are looking. But for now, no luck immediately. But it's a big market that takes all time to look around. So Dudon's looking a little bit hurt. But the rest of you, what are you guys want to do?
I'll start moving towards the door and I'll just tell the party that I'm not feeling any magic at least here.
Yeah, I'll
Would this actually be something that notices a curse? Would detect magic notice a curse?
So there is like curse spells which it would detect, but then there are like something that's more like an ability, I guess, or more like a religious thing that might be like a curse that's not necessarily arcane magic that you probably wouldn't notice necessarily. But you imagine from your training that if there was a cursed item, you would see like an aura around a cursed item or something like that. Like if you saw a sword and it was a cursed sword, you'd know. But in general, like a general like curse on a specific location or something is probably not going to come up as easily.
Yeah, I'll cast Healing Word on Dudan.
Thanks.
You know, at first it seemed like I could have lived here, but now it seems a bit freaky. You know, I don't know what's in this space, but that doesn't seem normal. It's not even drafting here or anything. That's a weird way for a door to open.
As you
There's
guys are
certainly something going on.
as you guys are chatting about the door, you hear a pop from upstairs.
Where's the upstairs stairs?
Here. So upstairs stairs are here,
Oh.
and then
Ah,
the
okay,
downstairs stairs are like through here and down. You know.
Okay. Finley heard, because we all heard it.
Yeah.
Finley said, oh, I heard something upstairs, and he rushes up.
So I'll follow. Not in such a hurry, but yeah.
Sure. I think the easiest way to do this, I'll just reveal the other part of the map rather than go through that whole thing. And Finley and Rain, you guys head upstairs.
I guess I still sense nothing.
Coming up here, on the ground in the middle of the room, is a like a kind of a, what's it called? Like for writing, it's like a wooden block. You put the inkwell in it. You put like the pen in it. You maybe have some like, it's got like a paper holder or something. It's like one of these like desk ornament type things. Essentially, it's on the ground in the center. The ink from the ink pot is kind of spilt out across the floor. You can, as you rush up there, you kind of see the fading magical aura around this item, which then disappears basically as soon as you arrive. So it's like a very fleeting.
On the inkwell itself, that's
On this like whole block of like inkwell and ink holder, and like it's basically like a wooden block, kind of brick sized, that holds a bunch of stuff.
As we see the aura, how big does it seem? Like, is it just like a...
Well, you don't see the aura. You don't see
I
the
see
aura.
it because I have detect magic.
Rain
on.
sees the aura with detect magic, but it's literally just like as if the item is kind of like highlighted for a second as you come up, unnaturally highlighted with some kind of magic.
Did I notice what kind of magic
Yeah,
it was?
you see the school of magic, which would be let me check. It would be transmutation.
I'll just tell this to Finley that it was transmutation magic that knocked over this ink.
What's that?
Transmutation. So wait, how did it go? Like it's usually used if you change something into another.
Yeah.
That's one use of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just be specific so that we. It's a set of spells that modify energy and matter. So it can include stuff like changing things from one type to another. It can include, it can include moving things. It can include changing things from one type to another. It can include, the raw stuff of creation to alter both physical and mental qualities, forms. That sort of stuff.
Alright. I think it doesn't seem like there's anything other happening here if it's usually only like once a day that you hear noise, so I think we should go back downstairs.
Huh? Alright. But the noise was up here.
Yeah, but the door that knocked Dudon back to a wall was downstairs, and there's the sensor. I'm interested in what that is about.
Can Finley is gonna walk around the upstairs. By the way, if we are somewhere else, we don't see us currently.
Oh, you're just below.
It's a bit down.
Okay, great. Finley's gonna take a walk around the room and to just feel out inside. If he sees or hears anything, if he feels.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a perception check then. Just you're checking out for stuff around. There is a cupboard in this side of the room. 14, yeah. There's a cupboard in the north side. There's a desk, a wardrobe, yeah, a couple of wardrobes and thing. You see like a small short sword by the side that looks like it's ready to go by the owner of the house in case of intruders. A couple of windows in this room as well. I mean, walking around with the perception check, yeah, I mean, you don't see anything out of the ordinary or weird. The only, you know, obvious kind of thing you wouldn't expect to see is this mess in the middle of the room. Otherwise, yeah.
I wanna open the closet and the cupboard.
Yeah,
Wardrobe.
sure.
And
Yeah, you walk over to the, so there's two wardrobes which are just like, you know, pieces of furniture, and then there's kind of like a built-in cupboard doors situation. So what are you opening?
These two, and then the cupboard last. Just want to check in if there's anything other than clothes and stuff.
Yeah, sure. You check the wardrobe, you open it up. Yeah, it seems to be filled with clothing that you would expect to see in the wardrobe. The second one as well, you check through there. There's a number of crocheted hats, but otherwise pretty straightforward. And then you open the third, the built-in cupboard. You open that up. There's a lot more storage stuff in here, so like not clothes, right? Like old pieces of furniture and pieces. It looks like there's like an old set of armor or like something like that. As you open it up, you can make a strength check.
Do I sense any magic, by the way, now that I'm in the center of the room? I'm like in range of the entire room, I believe.
Yeah, let me just one sec. Oh, yeah, you see Finley open up the cupboard, and the helmet of this set of armor glows with transmutation magic.
I see it.
No, you don't see the glow. Rain sees the glow because of the aura. You don't see anything immediately until the helmet starts to move and flings itself at your face, hitting Finley in the head. Roll 9 damage.
Okay.
As this helmet bashes off your head, clatters to the ground, and then you see the transmutation. Rain sees the transmutation magical aura fade immediately after it's happened. And now it's just a helmet on the ground. Meanwhile, what are you guys downstairs doing?
I guess, yeah, going to the basement to check on the sensor.
Yeah, sure.
Jarok first, and Dudon is following just behind, you know, his leg and, you know, looking behind the legs.
Yeah, you start to head down the stairs into the basement. Who's going first? Jarok.
Yep.
So you guys are over here. You can see on this side now. You guys head down. Oh my god, you guys get wide. You guys head down into the basement. Yeah, in the basement there is not much here. Storage, some foodstuffs. There looks like he's been like tinkering, repairing some pieces of armor and swords and stuff like that. There is a bit of a secondary room inside this basement that you can't tell what's inside of here. You can make a perception check, both of you, as you just arrive down the stairs. Quick look. It's quite dark down here. Nice. But Jarek with the dark vision as well. So Dudon, you're not seeing too much because you're just getting the light from the room above where there are some like lanterns lit, but there's nothing lit down here, so you can't see too far into the room. Jarek with the crit and dark vision, etc. Yeah, you 100% don't see a sensor on immediate scan. There's no sensor that you can see.
I've been scammed.
But you see, yeah, otherwise everything else I described, and you see the door here. It's a relatively like sturdy door in the basement, which is a little surprising to see, maybe because, you know, you didn't expect another room down here, but otherwise, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, since there is no sensor to be found, it must be in that room. So I go towards the door and try to open it.
Yeah, you move towards the door and you try and open it, and it opens fine. Inside is a small pantry, basically, just fresh fruit and vegetables. It's just a cold room kind of built inside the basement where it gets the coldest possible to keep things as fresh as possible. You see he's got like a big ice block in the corner that's been carved out, you know, to keep the room cold. So it feels quite cold in here. As you open the door, you get a blast of sort of cold air. I mean, it's not it's not like a fridge because it's not possible, but it's much colder than the rest of the basement. And quickly looking inside there, you see that there is a sensor placed on a small little table in the, what would be the fridge or pantry area.
Can I make a religion check to, I don't know, recognize something about the sensor or stuff?
Yeah, from here you can, but with disadvantage. If you go and if you want to go and investigate it properly, you need to pick it up and look at the sides and
Okay.
check
Touch
it
the cursed item.
out.
Touch it.
Yeah. Garruk is 100% gonna go and pick up the sensor and
Yeah.
check it
I
out.
don't see
Maybe
what
we
the
can-
fuss is about.
Maybe we can
Um,
take it upstairs, you know, it's a bit cold over here.
Sure.
Does anything happen when I touch the sensor?
Yeah, Dudon, are you staying at the door, or what are you doing?
Yeah, looking over there.
Okay,
Side
yeah, sure.
a bit.
Yarrick, you walk over, pick up the sensor. Make a religion check first of all.
Another zero. I actually might know
yeah.
something.
Yeah, decent. Yeah, it
Just
looks
surprised.
like the type of item that would be used in a religious ceremony or something, not for use in someone's home to make things smell nice. It definitely has more religious significance than that, but yeah, you don't recognize any particular kind of. It doesn't appear to have like a specific deity's mark on it or some like obvious thing that you can tell. It's just obviously an ornate religious item from a temple or a church or something like that, and not designed for the uses. It smells nice though, kind of cedar wood, you know, bit of jasmine.
Yaruk explains to Dudan that according to my thinking, this is probably used to sanctify this food area, and
As you walk over to
it's here.
Dudon to talk to him, you can make a strength check. Yeah, you guys watch as Yarok, your like the glove of your armor suddenly like starts to move of its own accord, and you punch Dudon in the face.
What?
Dudon,
Promise you, little man, that wasn't me.
you take 5 points of damage as Yarok manages to at least not hit you with a full blow. But yeah, from your point of view, Dudon, Yarok just walked over and punched in the face.
What the fuck, dude?
Yarok looks at his hand, at the sensor, at his hand, at the sensor. There might be a link between these two incidents, but I am not sure. What do you think, dude?
I know that I'm not gonna stay next to you for a while, you know.
I respect that.
But shall we try to get upstairs?
And before that, you can both make a perception check. Okay. Before we resolve that, meanwhile,
Yarok
make
is
another
just looking at his
investigation
hands.
check for Ms. Dane.
Let's see.
Hey,
Much better.
much better. And yeah, you are eventually able to spot in the market a small cart. It looks like a farming cart, but it's stacked up with like all kinds of. At first glance, it just looks like a load of trash, basically, like old pots and pans and bits of furniture and stuff like ornaments and stuff like that. But there's like a gnome that appears to be running the cart. He's got like a a long mustache that twirls at the end, and he looks well dressed, like better dressed than you would expect, like maybe a peddler with a cart. What do you want to do?
I go to him and ask, "Did you sell? Hey, did you happen to sell a censer to a dwarf about 4 days ago?"
He says, "Oh, my friend, I sell many things to many people. Welcome to Marvin's magical menagerie."
Magical, huh?
Well, you know, everything has a magical meaning to someone.
So, you sell a censer to an old dwarf?
Oh, well, you know, I can't remember all of my customers and all of the different places and people that I've seen, of course, but an old dwarf, let me think. Sure, probably.
I toss him a silver coin.
Oh, wow, your patronage is
now.
expected. Would you like this? And he, like, offers you, like, a small statuette.
Sure, I'll take it.
Oh, 1 silver for a statuette.
You're
A
just
great
taking cursed
deal.
items, man.
A great deal indeed. That will bring you much luck and prosperity, I'm sure. And you check it out. It's a little like almost like a toy soldier. It's like a little tin horse with a tin soldier on top.
Gotcha.
It's almost like
I
he knew
stash
he
it
was a
away.
soldier.
But yes, a sensor. I sell many different things, and perhaps something came across my my cart, and perhaps somebody was looking for a way in which to enlighten their home with a much more refreshing scent. What a perfect combination!
I see. Not sure if you're playing me for a fool.
I would never do such a thing to such a valued customer as yourself.
Of course. Stay in town for a bit. I want to maybe buy some more from you.
Oh, well, you know, I can always come to you. This stall has wheels, you know.
Come to the Screaming Maiden anytime.
The Screaming Maiden, a beautiful and wonderful place to take a drink, perhaps. I would
Oh, yes.
gladly visit, gladly. I think
I-
you'll
I-
probably
I
see
take
me
my-
again soon.
Yes,
And he twirls his mustache.
I see.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. You walk off, make a perception check.
My perception again.
You turn around to look at the cart, and it has vanished.
Going anywhere.
With a 20, you turn around to look at the cart, and you see him very quickly trying to pedal it away as if it has vanished. But because you got a crit, you actually just spot him trying to like quickly pedal it away, as if it's mysteriously
Nice,
vanished.
Tony.
I
Um,
try to catch him. Grab him by the neck.
Yeah, you go around the corner and like you see him just like moving on, basically like trying to like run with his little legs, pull along the cart. You want to grab him by the neck. You can make a grapple to try that.
Just a d20.
It should be it's just like an attack roll, basically. Yeah, just a attack roll without any of your like archery bonuses or anything.
Let's see.
So I guess with strength, but yeah,
Strength and proficiency, I guess.
strength and proficiency. Yeah.
Make it this difficult.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, I forgot because I'm like, oh, you're a fighter, but yeah, you're a fighter with dex, so you're not normally using strength.
Let's just say plus what?
So
7.
it's
Yep.
yeah, so it's strength plus proficiency.
Strength 3. Yep. Plus 6. Let's go with that.
Wait.
Wait, what's your proficiency?
I don't know.
2.
Two.
Do you have
5.
16 strength?
I do.
Damn.
Stain is jacked.
Fighter. Yeah.
As strong as an orc.
Yeah, but I mean you're a dexterity fighter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Wait, let me check. So, no,
Oh, so
You-
sorry. I was looking at
it's
my dex.
yeah, it's not
Right.
dex, it's strength. So it's 2 plus 2, 4. Yeah, d20 plus 4. Nice. Yeah, you managed to grab the gnome without problem, and
I
he
was
goes,
about to
"Ah!"
say, what do you mean 20 doesn't hit?
He goes, "Ah, hey, sir, please unhand the merchandise."
Is there an alleyway or something? Much quieter place. Yeah. Can I drag
yeah.
him there?
Yeah, you can drag him over to like you're in the market square, so you can just kind of take him across the out of the square towards alleyways between buildings. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
He says,
A more
"Oh,
quieter place.
yeah, wait, sir, please. I've done nothing wrong to you. I sold you a beautiful piece of antique. Please."
I push him against the wall. And
Which you kind of have to like hold him up against the wall because he's a gnome. He's like
Poor
4 foot.
with my other hand, I take out my knife.
Oh my god!
Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
Tell him, talk.
Oh, all I've been doing is talking, sir. I've done nothing wrong to you. What do you want to know? Anything you need to know? I'll
He tried
happily
to
tell
run
you.
away from me.
Well, you know, you seem like the kind of type who might drag someone into an alleyway and hold a knife up against their throat.
Oh,
And I was right.
funny coincidence. Tell me.
Yeah, maybe I'd misjudged you. What do you want to know, sir? Anything at all. I'm an open book. Would you like to buy it?
Tell me about the sensor. Where was it from?
Well, that particular piece, you know, I mean, it came to me from a trader outside of the city. You know, he had brought it himself from quite far away. He said, I think some kind of ruins, or he'd found it. I try not to inquire about the details specifically, but you know, it was a very nice looking piece, and you know, it had a certain je ne sais quoi about it that I thought would be perfect for a discerning dwarf like the fellow who came along. You know, had a little bit of a magical aura of some kind, but I don't bother about such things. You know, it just looked nice, and thought it might make the place smell better. You know, that's what he wanted.
Well, the dwarf is now my customer, and he's been experiencing some odd sounds and bangs and.
Oh well, yeah, that's probably because it was would have been used in the past, you know, to hold the souls of the dead in some kind of funerary rite. So yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of
for fuck's
expected.
sake.
That kind of comes along with the territory of buying a funerary censer. I mean, he should know that. You know, that's not my fault.
All right.
I would expect that those souls would wish to be, you know, reunited with their place of burial. Blah 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 blah. You know, but they could just do their job, make the place smell nicer. I mean, but.
How do we get rid of it?
Sorry, what was that?
I don't think Stain would ask any more than this.
Okay.
And he would plan it. Okay, we need to get rid of that fucking shit now. But as the merchant
you,
seems to be sly and slithery, so
Yeah, perhaps I could help you with some sort of ghost removal products. I'm sure I'd be able to find something if you let me go back to my cart, you know, perhaps some kind of exorcism kit, or yeah, I'm sure I could find something for you.
I'm not buying anything of you. You're coming with me.
Oh, well, okay, but
With the cart.
sure. With the cart. Oh, okay. Well, you know, my rate is 20 silver an hour. I mean, if you
We'll
wanna
think
hire-
about that after this is done.
Well, of course. So where are we going?
Wherever we. Wherever it was.
Wherever you say. So you head back to the
Yes.
the thing. Okay, sure.
What's the
Yeah.
dwarf's name? Even? Can't
Umba?
remember.
Umba. So you head back to Umba's house with Marvin in tow. Yeah. Okay. So meanwhile, Yarrick just punched Dudon, and the rest of you guys upstairs. Finley just got hit in the head with a metal helmet. Finley and Rain, what is next?
I took the hit and I'm like, oh fuck no, my nose, is it broken? Oh my god, Rain, is it broken? Does it look broken?
Does it look broken?
Make a medicine check.
It was a fucking big hit. Also,
It was quite a big hit.
I am worried about these 2d6 rolls you're doing just for some door openings, because our like general HP level is like 20, so we're
Yeah.
Let's roll
Yeah.
better.
Speak for yourself.
They are pretty, pretty dangerous. These things. They come at you with speed. With a 15, no, there's going to be some bruising. You know, there's a nosebleed, but it's not broken.
You'll be fine.
and he grabs the helmet from the ground and shakes it like, are you still there? Ghost, are you still there?
It's not magical any longer, I think, right?
Well, as you pick it up and shake it, it's not magical anymore. You don't see an aura around it. You say, "Are you still there? Are you still there?" A hand taps you on the shoulder, Finley, and
I turn around like, "Whoa."
yeah, and it's and then the suit of armor, like hand just flops down, having just tapped you on the shoulder, and you see a magical aura for a second, Rain, as it drops away.
Oh, that's freaky as hell. Maybe it's
hell
in the armor, and it's on the ground now. He kind of kicks the armor like, "Are you still there? Are you there?"
Yeah, the armor just kind of shakes around as you kick it.
Yeah.
Thanks, but no movement, nothing.
Rain, do you see anything? Do you feel anything? Also, can you do like a Arcana check or anything to strengthen if you feel, or
You
is
can make
the
a-
detect magic
You can
itself
make a
only?
perception check, Finley, to just in general to see what you see. But yeah, I mean, you check the armor, you kick it a little bit, doesn't move. The helmet no longer moves. Nothing else seems to be doing anything in this room. As you do that, actually, as you're kicking the armor and stuff, you hear like a bump from downstairs. Finley and Rain.
Seems that there's certainly something going on, but I can't figure out what it is. I think we should go. Like, it still seems to me like the sensor is probably at the root of all this. So we're just dealing with the symptom, not the cause here. So we should go into the cellar.
Okay,
and
let's
see
go,
what,
nerd. And he starts running now.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Finley.
Oh my god!
Getting tripped.
Yeah, you feel what essentially feels like an invisible hand like grab your foot as you walk and kind of flips you over, and you trip and roll down the stairs. Boom, boom, boom.
Please
boom,
don't do 2d6,
boom,
please.
boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
Three.
I would have done if you didn't roll a 1. But you take 9 points of damage as you
Almost
bounce
man. I'm
down the
almost
stairs.
down.
Yeah, you feel like a pop as you maybe dislocate your shoulder or something. I mean, you basically just went down a whole flight of stairs. It's pretty rough. And Finley rolls to the bottom of the stairs here, and Rain, you follow along beside. You guys are back up here.
I'll ask, like, what the hell happened? Why did you jump down the stairs?
I didn't jump down. Someone grabbed my foot. There's some freaky ghost in this place.
We should probably try not running around then.
But
Try
we have to catch
stay
the
calm.
thing.
Well, we can probably catch it downstairs, and it's been here for 4 days. I don't think it's gonna be going anywhere in the next 10 seconds. So I'll just, I'll help Finley up if he needs it, and then I'll move towards the cellar.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys are dealing with that downstairs.
And
after-
I'm going to cast healing word on myself. Like,
Okay. Yeah. You pop your shoulder back in with healing
Yeah.
word, and yeah.
Yeah, and Yaruk is gonna use healing word on Dudant, like make amends after having inadvertently punching him.
Okay. Yeah.
Punch, heal, punch, heal.
Why is my character speed so small?
Man, that actually reminds me of, like, in Baldur's Gate, there's like a torture chamber that has like healing potions and like temporary hit point giving, like scrolls
Yeah.
in it,
Yeah.
which is kind of dark if you think
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
really dark. Yeah.
Keeping a small distance to Yahrum just in case.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You guys head towards to head back upstairs. Dude, I'll make a dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
You feel essentially a set of like invisible hands just push your chest as you get to the top of the stairs, and you go falling backwards down, bashing into Yarrick down the stairs, taking 5 points of damage. Not a bad roll.
Would have been really close to go passing
Yeah,
out
like
without the healing.
we're dying here.
Yeah, you can make a perception check as well, dude.
And now I'm
Okay.
doing well.
Nice, yeah. You also feel like almost a swoosh of air leaving after you get pushed, and then like a swoosh of air and some cold. It's like a cold breeze leaving like heading up the stairs as you get pushed down it. You pick yourself back up, and you and Yarok head back up, and you meet up with Finley and Rain. You guys come up the stairs to see like Finley dislocated shoulder at the bottom of the stairs, fixing up his shoulder as well, and you guys kind of re-meet in the center.
Finley, my man, what's up with you?
There's a ghost
What's up
in this
with your
house.
face?
There's a ghost in house. It was in the armor, and the head went off. It kicked me in the face, and then someone tripped me down the stairs. There's some freaking stuff going on here.
There is something weird. My hand just randomly punched Dudan in the face.
Oh, my hand does
Did you,
that as well.
did you feel
sometimes, but-
anything? Did you feel anything like? Did you? Was your hand forced? Like, how did it feel when it happened?
I was just examining this sensor that I presented to them, and for some reason I was explaining its apparent function as a food preservant to Dudan, and suddenly my hand just jerked and punched him.
In that case, we should probably try to keep some distance between us and avoid those stairs. And can you place the sensor on the table, and I'll try to see if I can identify it.
You realize as you say this, you've been having a conversation. You realize all the furniture in this room is upside down.
Is furniture supposed to do that?
I don't think
What
so.
the hell is going on?
As you guys realize this, like you almost like because you're so focused talking, presents the sensor, you go to put it on the table, and you're like, oh, the table's upside down, you can't put it on the table. As you say this, Stain,
Table's broken.
you arrive back at the house with Marvin in tow, who's been reluctantly following you, pulling along his cart. He's like a little gnome, and this is like a cart normally reserved for like being pulled by like oxen. So he has like a thing, like a crossbar, and then like another crossbar and another crossbar, and it goes right down, and then he pulls it along on his little on his back. Surprisingly strong for a gnome. But yeah, Stain, you arrive back at the house. What do you want to do?
I hope the guys left the door open as I instructed.
I don't believe they closed it, so yeah.
Good. I throw the gnome in.
You guys watch as you're having this discussion as, yes, a small mustachioed gnome gets thrown into the room.
Hey,
collapses onto the
Dudan,
ground.
he's copying your trick.
And then he jumps up onto his feet and says, "Ah, hello, greetings to meet you. I'm Marvin of Marvin's Mysterious Menagerie. Pleased to meet you. Customers, I presume?" He looks over
Do I
at
detect
Stain.
any magic from him?
Yes, you do. He has abjuration and conjuration and transmutation magic. Magical auras on various parts of his body. Either magical items or, yeah, like his clothing, and he doesn't
What
appear to
about
have any,
Stain?
he doesn't have any weapons or anything like that. Stain only has whatever Stain would normally have magically, so the hand
Nothing.
crossbow, I guess. Well, your hand crossbow is magical, so
Crossbow, yeah.
the crossbow
So
would
the
go over
statuette does not seem to be magical then.
that. Do you have to see the item?
What did it say?
Because I would assume that Stain's not holding it.
Presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Sense the presence.
To see a
If-
faint
if
aura
you
around
sense-
any visible
yeah.
creature or object. So no,
Yeah.
you don't see the statuette, so you don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
And I follow along inside and tell that this guy sold the sensor to the dwarf and said it has something to do with the dead.
He sees it. He sees you holding it, Yarok, and he says, "Yeah, that one right there, beautiful piece. You really shouldn't hold it like that. I wouldn't recommend it. It's more of a sort of piece for the side of the room, rather than on your person."
Finley like jumps in front of the gnome and like kneels down. He's very hurt, looks kind of crazy probably to him currently, and it's just like, what does this item do? It's doing some crazy stuff in this house. We're getting hurt by it. How do we get rid of it?
Oh, well, it doesn't really do anything. It just kind of sits there and holds the souls of the dead that have been, guarding the place of rest for thousands of years and then now been disturbed. Nothing too crazy about it.
Okay, little man, you're gonna take that thing back and bring it somewhere else.
Oh, I'm afraid unless you've got a receipt, I don't do returns.
Received. Like. You're gonna take it
Uh,
back.
At this point, by the way, I'll just like I'll put some paper and a like pen or a quill with like ink on it, and I'll ask like, if there are any ghosts here, can you write on this piece of paper? And I'll put it on the ground, I guess.
Yeah, as you say that, the words "no" appear on the paper.
Well,
Oh,
that
it
case,
says, "Oh, he got you." That's a double negative. I think.
Got him.
Yarrick, what are you doing with the sensor? Because you obviously try to put it on the table. The table's upside down. What do you
I'm
do
just
now?
holding it in my hand, like not like from a chain or anything. I'm holding it from the bottom, like.
Can you roll a D5?
D5?
I mean, they don't exist, but they do in Roll20. So.
And you can also do it, I think, by rolling a d10 and just dividing by 2.
Yeah, you could do that
That's in the.
in real life, but luckily we have the power of Roll20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarrick, you punch Finley in the face.
Oh,
4
You
times.
feel... yeah, you
From
feel...
that distance.
Well, no, you feel the pull of the glove start to literally just... Yeah. So you guys watch as basically it's like someone's grabbing Yarrick's wrist and pulling him over to Finley and then just slapping it across Finley's face. Finley proceeds to take 7 points of damage.
Are you down?
No.
But Finley's just gonna stand there, patiently
And,
wait for me to walk across.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is all like happening. This is
super-
as Finley drops down to talk to the gnome, like, what are we supposed to do? And then Yarrick kind of slowly proceeds towards and slaps him across the face. And the gnome says, "Oh, yes, like I said, probably shouldn't hold on to that. Probably more of a table piece, mantelpiece type of situation."
Finley just
Table's broken.
Finley's like knocked on the ground now. Like he's like, oh, like we have to get rid of that thing. He doesn't really have any physical strength in him anymore to do anything.
Jarek, just put it on the floor for now, okay?
Yeah.
I think it's best to not hold on to it right now.
Just don't punch me
Yeah.
anymore, man.
You
There
might
is
find
something
I'm the
that I could-
religion expert here.
Minus one religion.
Yeah. Something that I would like to
okay.
try on the sensor.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to
Since
heat up the things a bit.
Yarok can now make the connection. This is now punch 2 people. That's fine. I'll put it on the ground.
Yeah, you put it on the ground and you only cast heat metal on it. Yeah, you watch as it heats up. As it heats up, the interior, like incense, starts to smoke, and you watch as like wisps of incense start to smoke out of the sensor. And yeah, it fills the room with a kind of pleasant incense smell. But otherwise, nothing
That's
else kind
nice.
of immediately happens. Stain, you can make a perception check.
Nope.
Yeah.
And
First one.
Captain.
Yes.
Yeah, in the chaos of Yarrick punching Finley and Dudon, and now the smoke coming up and stuff, you realize that you don't see Marvin in the room anymore.
Where did the fuck go?
He's vanished.
What do you want to do? He can't have gone past you because you were standing at the door, so he's not left the building essentially, or at least not via that door.
Well, I yell that. Where did he go?
Magic.
That small fuck. Can't see him.
What?
The rest
Dudon,
of you
can you
get...
stop heating the sensor? I don't know if this incense, maybe it's not bad for us, but it's definitely not good for us. Making it a bit hard to see in here.
Smells nice.
Yes.
Hmm.
But
I'm
can you
with
still stop?
Dudon.
I cast healing word on myself while I'm on the ground in pain.
Okay, yeah. What did the rest of you want to do? Yeah, the sensor's just
Like
still sat there.
just asking the ghost again. Like, do you want us to do something with this sensor?
Yeah, on the piece of paper, you get a yes.
What do you want us to do with this sensor?
You get the word return.
Where?
But we don't have the receipt.
You get
What are we to do?
you get
Global coordinates.
yeah. No, you get a home.
Aw.
Do you know where your home is?
There is a long pause, and then you just actually the paper where it says no, you just see like a fingerprint imprint on the paper, like tapping the no. He's not gonna write it again.
Hey, maybe we should.
Did the gnome say where he got this sensor from?
No. From
Does he
a
know?
merchant from far away from a ruin or something.
And where the hell is he now?
Can't see him.
You could all
And
make
I-
perception checks.
Might have something better as well. Or would the smell?
Is he a magical gnome or something?
Yeah, if I turn into animal, would the smell, perception?
You probably would
an
be overpowered
advantage?
by the smell of the incense.
There would be a lot of incense. You might be able to get a scent. Okay, if you're trying to like sort of track him, that's a different thing compared to just seeing where he might have gone. So you can do a survival check to track him, or his position from where you last saw him. But I will say anyway, it's not relevant because Finley with a 19, you see him hiding under one of the upturned chairs next to the fireplace.
Like here.
You can just spot like his.
Yeah, because I'm on the ground
foot.
still.
Yeah,
I
true,
like
yeah.
see him like, oh, the gnome is right there. I point to the chair and
Well, right there.
Yeah, like right next to you, Stan. Yeah, you really should have seen him. But he's just like literally crouched under a chair next to you. But there's a lot of smoke and chaos going on. But, yeah.
I'll just like ask the ghost like, can you please stop hitting us and we will try to return you home where you belong.
You get like a tap on the yes.
okay, Rain. I think they like you. You should carry the incense, the sensor.
Well, I can start carrying it when we need to move it, but right now let's just leave it where it is. It's probably fine on the floor. And
Yeah, and it might be a bit hot, so
yes,
let it cool down.
also that.
Yeah, but
It
if we want
was
to
just
return it
warm
home,
to-
we're gonna take it out of this house and then.
Yeah, but let's let it cool down first, so I don't burn my hand.
Okay.
You hear
I think we
a-
need to talk
you-
to the gnome. Oh,
You
sorry.
hear a bang, and you hear Marvin go, "Wait, oh, fuck!"
Did he hit his head on the?
Oh, there you are.
Maybe his head was hit by something.
Yeah, he appears to have. He's kind of now looking around like as if one of you hit him, but yeah, it wasn't you guys.
Serves you right.
Look,
So where did you get this sensor?
Oh, like I said, it was a traveling merchant I just met just outside of town, but it was from a ruin. It was down south in.
What ruin?
Oh well, he didn't say specifically. I don't ask those questions. It was a ruined temple. It was south of Venham. But like I said, I don't go into the details.
South of Dwenham.
And where did you meet this other merchant?
Oh, I met him in the market just outside of town. You know where the peddlers come from outside of town, and I head up there, buy my goods, and yeah, beautiful trade, backward and forward.
Was he like a traveling merchant or position there?
He had some kind of like a cleric look about him. Had some robes on, and he was he had a whole selection of things that he'd taken from somewhere. He had a group of people with him, more like a kind of band of adventurers almost, like yourselves, I suppose. Some kind of loot, temple loot, something like this. I don't know. Like I said, if you ask too many questions, you get too many answers. No, we don't want that.
Any other identifying like features like race, sex?
Well, the guy that sold it to me, he was an elf. He was blonde. He had like a white cloak and helmet, kind of hat over the top, and he had like a twin brother who was like kind of jacked up, looked kind of pretty muscular. And then there was this big guy with him, and this woman. She didn't really speak that much. And then this other woman, she had these like kind of piercing eyes. She was always looking around, had swords on her back. Yeah, quite a worrying bunch of people.
I see.
Oh, fuck's sakes.
The chain company, I say to the others.
So sorry, they were the merchants that sold this.
Yeah, like they sold.
Well, I
this-
say merchants. You might say adventuring company, mercenaries. And,
Why did they want to sell this to you?
For money, I
Because
guess.
For money.
I paid them good money for it. I knew I'd be able to sell it straight on to one of the wonderful citizens of Devenham.
Well, we know where we should go next, I guess.
I'm just thinking if there's ways for us to get money from him now.
From who?
From the gnome. He has brought up a lot of trouble for us now, so... Is there any way we could...
I mean, Yaharuk mentioned shaking up someone earlier, so it's a no. You can turn him upside down and shake him. I'm quite sure something will fall out of his pockets.
I don't want to rob, but... I just mean that...
You wanted money out of him.
Yeah, but, I mean...
I mean,
Taking
if
the
you have
courts.
something you want to sell him, then maybe the money.
Whatever, I was just thinking about some compensation. But...
He has at least 1 silver. That's for sure.
He starts looking around and he says, anyhow, if you're all done with me, I'll just be on my way. Thanks very much,
Oh.
guys. Starts to try to walk
What's
past
your
you,
name?
Stain. Marvin.
Marvin, who?
I don't have a surname. One sec.
The marvelous merchant.
Yeah, Marvin of Marvin's Magical Menagerie. Oh, that's a good one. Lickerstand. That's a gnome sounding name.
Can I just do like a inside check on if he's telling his real name?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're not sure.
Where can we find you if we need to? Are you staying here?
Oh, I'm everywhere. Always available to sell wondrous goods to the people of Devenham. I believe you are
Do
at the
you travel
Screaming
outside
Maiden.
of Twenham?
Not so much. Only to really trade with the people that I meet
Around?
out in the side, but around Dwenham, normally at the market, but sometimes in the lower shelves. Every dwarf needs a good deal.
All right. Well, I at least thank you for your cooperation.
I won't.
Well, look, I'm just a merchant, just trying to make a good business deal, a living, exactly. And if some dwarf wants to buy a funerary censer to keep his house smelling good, I mean that's up to him. I've done nothing wrong here.
Do you guys let him go? I'm fine with having.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still standing at the door if you guys are waving at me to move away. I'll move away.
Yeah, let's just let the gnome go. Brain has calmed down the ghost, so we will be able to deal with this now.
Yeah, he
One last
surveys-
question. I'll just ask once again, like the ghost. Like, if I pick up the sensor, will you try to hit me, or will you make me hit my friends or anyone else?
We will bring you home. So
You get like a no tap on the paper. Marvin then takes his leave and kind of tips his hat to everyone, goes to walk past Stain. He says, thank you very much. Remember Marvin's Magical Menagerie. And sir, he looks at you, Stain. You should probably give me back that figurine.
Yeah. Give me back my silver.
Yeah, a fair trade. And he gives you the silver back and leaves. And you hear the kind of creak of the wheels of the cart as he leaves off in another direction.
all right, let's get this furniture back up and let's go meet Umbar.
And yeah,
I guess
let's-
I'll pick up the sensor. I'll be a
Yeah.
bit careful about it, but
sure.
I
Yeah,
think
you
we-
pick it up and
We can tidy up the house so it won't be looking like this when Uber comes back, and then we go to him.
okay, sure.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
hey,
wait for
you'll
him
find it.
here, or well, you don't know where he went, so I guess you have to wait for him
Didn't he
here.
said he's gonna go grab a beer with Marriott? No.
no, he said
Oh.
he won't go to the Screaming Maiden.
Oh, alright.
drink. He said he's
Yeah.
gonna go somewhere else to drink.
He just said to the tavern, but he didn't
Okay.
specifically.
I can
say
stay
that.
behind
Implying that
if you
the
want to go.
beer is not drinkable.
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't know where to go to meet him, so you have to stay here if you want to meet him.
Okay.
If you want to do something else, obviously, you can
Maybe-
leave, but
Yeah, maybe
we've
you
been
guys
here-
can have a short rest.
Yeah,
Rest up a bit.
yeah, and we've been here for a while anyway, so he's probably gonna come back soon. But yeah, short rest at the same time.
Man, you
Or
guys
do
look
you want
beaten
me
up.
to do Song of Rest?
Uh,
Doesn't really matter.
I
Song
think
of Rest applies automatically if anyone uses
it?
hit dice.
Very well.
The Song of Rest from Finley, it's just yeah, it really doesn't require
yeah, it's not a
anything.
usable thing,
Yeah.
right?
So
Oh,
so we
It's
are
just a
taking short
passive
rest.
buff for anyone when you use short rests.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to take a short rest, you can do that whilst you wait.
and
Sure.
I don't need rest. I need answers. So I'm going to
I'll
identify
take
the
rest,
sensor.
sure.
Okay. Yeah, you
as-
can do identify.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so roll your hit dice and stuff. Add a d6 if you're rolling hit dice. Anything else that comes back on a short rest, you also get that back. Identifying the sensor, yeah, this is essentially, yeah, like a sensor used for like funerary rites. With the identify spell, I say that it is a lot older than the Divine Empire almost. It's like pre-Divine Empire. And yeah, putting 2 and 2 together with the ruins and stuff, it's probably from a long time ago, pre any of the Pentarch gods and that sort of stuff. So it's not like when you identify it, you're not getting like a feeling that it's related to one of the Pentarch. It's probably a different deity, possibly even a forgotten or lost deity, who knows. But you basically just feel the magical aura comes from the fact that there is a spirit trapped within.
A spirit.
Yeah, seems like a single spirit to you, and you get the impression from the magic, it's not a specific spell that you recognize or something, but the magic is more, it's not like it's not done in a bad way. It's more along the lines of like a part of a ritual for burying a person, and their spirit is kind of, you might say trapped, but it's like that's what they want. It's kind of part of the funeral rite to have a censer that then the family comes and burns incense every year and remembers them, blah blah blah, but the spirit is kind of actually there inside the censer as part of it. So being removed from the ruin obviously has upset the spirit and wishes to be returned. Yeah.
I'll just like while the rest are resting, I'll just talk with this. Well, I'll like have the paper out and asking some questions. I'll just ask like the spirit, like, do you remember what? This might cause some troubles for you, but like, what year you died?
Yeah.
It's tapping no.
Okay. Yeah. What is your name?
It's gonna yeah, like it needs more paper space, I guess. But if
Okay,
you have
well, I
enough
can get-
paper
yeah.
and ink or whatever,
Yeah, I've got
it's
paper,
gonna
yeah.
write Johan like
Johan.
this.
What did you do in life?
He's gonna say
Baker. How did you die?
Why are you cosplaying
Fire.
Baldur's Gate?
yeah, you got 2 more.
Oh, yeah.
No. Right, have a good day.
Where did you live? Like,
Uh,
what was the name of the place where you lived?
Hmm.
Don't know.
You probably just would do a question mark. You get the impression that having this conversation back and forwards, you are getting, it's like struggling to like it takes a lot of energy for it to interact with the world. You get the feeling of, so whenever possible, it's trying to like, obviously answer in single words and tap answers if it can, do a question mark instead of don't know. It's obviously like not that capable of.
It just wants to go home.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's anything that we would need to know.
We need
But
to know what
I'll
we're
just like
inside.
tell like that we'll try to return you to your resting place. Don't worry.
And you get like
And,
a yes tap.
All right. Does anyone have anything that they would want to try to ask Johan? If not,
I don't want to disturb it anymore.
No thanks.
Yaruk would actually like probably not like this having a like a stagnant spirit that it kind of conflicts probably with his worldview that you after that you move on and stuff and go on to the domains of whatever god you worship and stuff, but since especially since Finley is really wanting to take this sensor back, like okay, Yaruk probably would have suggested I can probably like turn undead on it or something to try to exercise the spirit. But yeah, he's
Yeah, I think
gonna go with the group.
Yeah, it's Finley probably tried to say it so that it's part of the job. Like we promise to Umbar to sort of help him with this problem, and part of fixing the problem is to return this thing to its home. So.
and also don't worry, this will make us butt heads with the chain company, so there's that bonus.
Yeah.
You can maybe smack the elf with no shirt around. See how the tug of war goes this time.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
So yeah, let's just take a quick break, and you guys take a short rest, and yeah, I'm just gonna be right back.
I'm good to go.
So short rest completed. You guys wait a little bit, and eventually Umber heads back to the house. Kind of, the door's still open. He kind of peeks into the house to see what's going on, and sees you guys kind of sat around in the middle of the thing. And he says, "Oh, well, this looks good, I guess. Is everything sorted?"
Yeah, welcome back, Umbar. We probably look pretty good right now after our rest. Have healed ourselves up, somewhat a bit bruised maybe, but welcome back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have dealt with your problem. It was indeed this sensor that you have bought a few days ago. Not only did we deal with
that bloody gnome! I knew it.
Yeah, not only did we
Something
deal
wrong
with
with
that
that guy.
item itself, but we dealt with the gnome as well.
Well, that's a positive.
Yeah, I don't think you should be dealing with him anymore. Don't be buying any items from him from now on.
Oh, don't you worry. He'll see something when I see him again. Don't you worry.
That's good to know. But yeah, we will be dealing with this item. We have to take it out of your house, and it has some bad aura in it that needs to be cleansed. So we will have to take it out.
All right. Well, fair enough. Yeah, get rid of it. I don't want it anymore. If this was causing all this ruckus, I hope there wasn't too many problems.
Well, it wasn't easy. No, we had some. Well, let's say it caused some fights between us and the cause of the problems itself, and between our group as well. And
a little internal dispute, was it? That much of a problem, eh?
If Rain could explain about the sort of magical or something behind it, so he would get the idea of how much trouble this really brought us.
Yeah, I'm like this sensor is actually a funerary sensor, and it contains a ghost. So it was actually a ghost, and it was.
I knew I wasn't mad. I knew. I'm telling the boys. I'm telling them.
Yeah. And
it was a violent ghost as well.
Very not happy with being removed from its probably grave. We're not sure. and that was why it was causing such a ruckus in this house, trying to, I guess, show its displeasure, and it basically used magic to cause us to attack each other, and for the furniture and other things in this house to attack us. So it did cause
Well,
some
bloody
dangerous
hell.
situations, but in the end, after we realized the situation, we could handle it, and it is safe now. So
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Well, how much do I owe you for this little venture, eh?
How should we suggest? Maybe like the 50 gold per head is pretty reasonable for this kind of area. And what do you guys think?
I have no idea what something like this could cost. Maybe we try 100 each, so like 500 gold in total. And
Yeah, because I'm thinking the warehouse guy offered 150 per head, and he was like a warehouse owner or something. He was like,
Yeah, he was probably higher level status
that's
than
like.
this guy.
So I think 100 is pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, he will probably then haggle it down, right? So.
Yeah. Also,
I don't mind a few gold. I don't need much from this.
Well, Umbard, this was really a taxing job on us mentally and physically. But so I think we should discuss for a fair compensation here per head. I think would 90 gold per head be reasonable for you?
Oh,
for this job?
90. It's a bit on the steep side, but yeah, you can make a persuasion check.
Oh, not so good.
Remember, it's a 10.
Was it on persuasion and
Ah,
deception?
true, yeah.
Wait,
15.
what?
Like
You
minimum
have the-
roll of 10.
Minimum 10 on everything.
Yeah, charisma persuasion or charisma deception.
Oh, I rolled. Okay, so it's 15.
So 15, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Slightly better, but yeah. Well, 90, or I mean, a little steep. I tell you what about 70 ahead?
Well, should we meet at the middle? 80? How does it sound?
I suppose I mean, you've helped me out a lot. Yeah, 80. 80. I can do.
Great deal, my friend. And he shakes his hand very friendly, like.
Of course.
Got
I'll
rid
be
of this
recommending
problem
your
and-
services. Ghost hunters, are you? Exorcists?
That's a new one to add on our list, and we'll gladly take it.
Well, very good, very good. Well, if anyone needs any ghost hunting problems in the city, I'll be sure to recommend you. What was the name again? Adamant Maya.
Adamant, yes, not
Yeah.
wrong part. sorry.
Got you. Perfect. Oh well, yeah. And I'll say thanks to Marriott for recommending you. Good job, everyone. Good. And he hands over 400 gold pieces in total.
So we share that and go on our way.
Matt,
Sure.
is 400 gold 80 per head?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool, that's very nice. Thank you. And we.
So it's gonna be
Adamant Charter's pretty good, isn't it?
And,
Crown of Firemight.
I think we head back to the bar, and it's probably late at this
So-
point after the snore.
So the thing is, I'm just like, as we travel there, I'm just like, so the chain company knows where this sensor was, looted from, I guess would be the right term.
Let's go ask them.
Yes, so we could go indeed. We could go ask them, and well, I mean, if it comes to an altercation, we can ask them some other things as well about like who their employers are and why they want us to not look into this. I don't know if we want to do that now, or it's probably like, I guess that would have
It's
taken
getting-
us some hours.
Towards the later part of the evening,
Yeah.
probably like 5, 6
6,
o'clock.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're headquartered in a gambling den, I guess that would be most active actually in the evening.
And they probably don't want any, how thick over there, so
Yeah, they'd
it could
probably
be a
keep
good
it.
time to go to ask. Yeah.
No. So we could, like, if you guys are in shape for it, I mean, in worst case, it might go into a fight.
I didn't listen at all, actually. I'm sorry. I was counting the gold.
Classic
Uh,
Finlay.
so-
Oh, okay.
So like the chain company looted this sensor from somewhere, so they would know where it should be returned, so we could go ask them in their like Sword and Blades headquarter, and it will probably, like, I would guess they would be there during the evening, and it would also be populated during the evening, so they wouldn't try any funny business if there's a lot of people around, maybe.
Yeah, but that's definitely not gonna work. They're not gonna want to tell us where they got it from. I don't think they want to help.
I think worth to try, no?
No, but like we should
we could-
approach it differently than go to blatantly ask.
What other way do we have? What do you have in mind?
Trick them, like asking different things to get the information out, and not go as our group, go as someone else or something like that. And also, I don't think there's gonna be many ruins close outside of the city south of Dwenham, so finding a ruins is easier to like ask around the city a little bit if you know how far is the ruins south of Dwenham located.
But
Then-
do we know if the ruins were close by?
Yeah,
Like,
right outside of the city.
I think it was said
No,
that
no,
they were
that's-
nearby.
That's where he bought it from. Yeah.
yeah.
So
that's-
you know that outside of Dwenham, there's a sort of like satellite town for people that don't live in Dwenham, and it's like basically part of Dwenham, but on the surface, there's like a small village, and there's a lot of trade goes on there from people bring stuff to Dwenham, and instead of going all the way down into the city, they trade it there. So that's where Marvin said he bought the item from the chain company, but you don't know where the chain company brought it from, other than some ruins. South
I
of
thought you
Dwenham.
said ruins outside of the city.
They said no, ruins south of Dwenham is all they said. So ruins to the south, but you don't know how close or yeah.
But I don't know if they have much reason not to tell us. I mean, they've already looted the place. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but why would they tell us if they already?
I mean, we
despise
can
us?
give some tech code or something.
No.
Or we can like tell that they're like go to the Stonewatch and explain that they're selling cursed items. I mean, they might not want that heat.
I like that one
Yeah.
more. We are not giving any single coin to that group.
Agreed.
Mhm.
But yeah, what's the approach? Kiristys.
Like me.
First we could just go and ask. Like I really I don't know. Like I guess they don't, maybe they don't like us, but maybe it's just that their employer asked them to rough us up, get us quiet. But I mean, if they've not heard of us, like we're apparently just doing some other jobs, so yeah, they don't like us, but it's not like they have any reason actively not to tell us, outside of not liking us. And you're very persuasive, so. And then if that doesn't work, then we can say that we can get some officials involved if that's needed.
You want to go alone?
Yeah, or with rain or something.
I mean that
I don't
could be
think that's a
risky.
good idea.
Why?
Like if they know that we are looking into the issue in the mines, like they might find that a good position to like kidnap one of us, for example. Like that's
Yeah.
still a possibility.
I just feel like it's a stupid thing for our group to go there to ask where they got this item, and they're just gonna be laughing at us like, why do you want to know? And this is so pathetic to big group come here to just ask we're gonna return this item to ruins or something. It's such a pathetic approach, and I don't want them to feel like we're pathetic.
If they laugh at us, we punch them. It's that simple.
Or we could do some sort of, I don't know, a bit like a information trade or something. I don't know what info we could give them, but you know,
Yeah, I mean
it's
the only other information we have would give away that we're still looking into the infestation.
yeah. I mean, obviously not that info, but something like, you know, doing a trade that would benefit
No.
both sides. Like, yeah, I would not see reason why they would decline such a thing.
I don't want to trade with them. I want to trick them. I want to
wanna
get that
punch them.
information out of them by tricking, not by giving them anything or trading with them, not by any familiar positive, friendly ways.
I mean, okay.
Sure, go ahead.
That's why
you're
if
so
you guys
set
want to
on.
do it that way, I'm not gonna come with you at all. Or yeah.
All right, we'll try your method first.
Yeah, but I mean, like going there with like 1 or 2 people, I think that's just very risky.
Most
obviously.
likely, if you go alone, you get beaten up.
Yeah, that's why
Agreed.
no one should. Our group just shouldn't go there at all. Like we should. This should be approached in a way different way than going to their, like, place, their location, and asking questions that they
I
have
guess
to
we-
answer.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could try to find one of their members out in
Yeah,
the city.
Yeah,
but-
way better idea. Not outside of the
But-
city necessarily, but just some of their group
Out
alone.
in the city, I mean.
Yeah. And then fish out the information separately.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Well then, so I guess we would just go to Scream Maiden and sleep now.
That sounds good.
Yeah, is that the plan?
Okay. Yeah.
For now,
For now.
I guess.
Yeah, heading back to the Screaming Maiden for now.
Yeah, but just to add, like, if we just want to find out the ruins location, we don't necessarily even need the other group's knowledge for that. We can ask around the city and probably find out the same information from anyone
Yeah, but
else.
there's probably many ruins. Like we don't know if that was close by or traveling for 5 days or something, or
Yeah, but like anyway, we could start from that, and then if we need, then
and then go
fish
to
out.
random. Okay. Yeah.
We don't know if there's many ruins, and we already know the direction.
Mm.
Well, you head back to the Screaming Maiden for now. Mary greets you, and music was too loud. Why is the volume so bad on this website? You head back, and Marriott says, "Oh, nice to see you back. Did everything work out with Umbar? He's quite
Your
the
friend was
character."
actually not cracked. It was not in his head.
Oh, well, that's good to know. That's good to know. We were a little bit worried he'd, completely lost it, but nice to know.
He'd actually bought a sensor that had a ghost in it. So as Finley was saying, like we actually did meet up with a ghost.
A ghost? Oh, okay. Well,
And
I
it's
hate
actually
ghosts.
like it's right here.
Oh God! Oh, in there, and he kind of
Yes.
peers towards it. Oh
Uh,
well. At least
If you start like if any like furniture starts moving or hitting you in the face, or if you get fall down some stairs or something, like just let us know and we'll try to see what we can do
Oh.
about it.
can you maybe keep it outside?
I think that might not be a good idea. I think then that might make it angry. So
Oh,
we're on good terms for now. So just,
right.
let us know if anything happens.
Hello,
Weird.
ghost. He says, "I'm Marriott. I am your friend."
Great.
Okay. Round of drinks, I guess, and dinner is served. So help yourself. And yeah, he starts to pour some drinks and stuff like that as well. Oh, I forgot. There was a message from woman in black, veil, and she left. She came looking for you. She said that the dust keeper from the temple had a message for you. She dropped a message off. It's a letter. Whoever wants it, passes it over.
Takes it and
yeah.
reads it.
Yeah, and it's just a note to say that it says like, "Dear Finley and company, the unfortunately the news of from Clan Goldbrew is not good. They refused all meeting and wait, I'm gonna have to change this music. It's so fucking loud. I have it on the lowest setting, and I cannot actually hear myself think. And it says, audience with Clan Gold Brew was refused. They refused all audience and all meetings, which is incredibly odd, as normally there's no reason for them to deny any kind of meetings and that sort of thing. They simply said that they had some recent incident at the
Estate.
That meant that they weren't taking any visitors right now, and they wouldn't be sending any representatives up to the Sky Shelf at this time. It was a very formal response, so unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that I'm not able to get you a meeting with anyone from the Gold Brew. Yours sincerely, Eva.
So we need to sneak down there ourselves.
There could be some other way that we can get into the deeper levels without invitation from the Gold Brew.
Yeah, so as you guys speak as well about this, and Marriott's kind of overhearing as well, and says, "Oh, if you need to get down to the deep shelf, there's a couple of ways. Obviously, signing up as laborers for the mines might be one way, but also they do allow merchants at least down to the cavern shelf, the second level. I don't know how deep you need to go, but merchants and certainly people with business, perhaps directly." That directly involve the government, the council of clans, or also perhaps if you had some direct business with one of the merchants who lives in the cavern shelf, or if you had to get down there for some reason. There's a few ways that you might be able to get day passes from the registration office for that. Other than signing up for a laborer, of course, as well, outside of course, being invited by someone from the clans. I think it's trickier to get really far down to the deep shelf. I certainly don't know many people have been down that far. That's where the mines actually are. That's much more tricky without direct invites or that sort of thing. But the second level down, at least as a start, is, it's not so bad if that's your destination.
Also, we do have the visitors pass into the Gold Brew mine. It's not active, like we can't use it.
It's expired, yeah.
Yeah, but we know what they look like, and like we could try, like a forgery is one option as well. Like, I guess if I don't know. I will wonder if that pass enough on itself would be enough for us to get into the deep shelf, or if that's only into the mine itself. But it might be able to get us straight into the deep shelf. If we can just like basically copy the document and just change the date and change who it's for. Like it was for Falshaw and their entourage. So if we just like change the names to say one of us, and then it can include all of us in the pass.
Yeah, Marriott says, there's two ways down to the deep shelf. There's the Hallow Gate way and the Slim Gate. The Slim Gate is they just check the passes. There's no administration going on, just some guards checking passes. And the Slim Gate is a huge spiral staircase that goes all the way down to the deep shelf, one stop, and then keeps going down it goes all the way down to the cavern shelf, and then keeps going down all the way to the deep shelf. Of course, there's a guard between each floor, essentially, so you got to, present your pass at each point. If you've only got a deep shelf pass, you get out of the deep shelf part. If not, you can, cavern shelf, and if not, you can keep going down to the deep shelf. So it's,
Do you happen to know if there is any like path that we could try to sneak on, like ventilation tunnels or something down there?
He laughs like, "Oh, it's a little bit outside of my purview as a tavern keeper." But I've heard that there's certainly been stories of people getting up and down the levels without going through the official channels. Of course, smugglers and criminals, and there was an incident a little while back where somebody even tried to assassinate one of the clan leaders, and apparently was discovered in the cavern shelf. People had said that he'd actually traveled through the basin itself. So just to put you guys back on the map of the note. Here, this whirlpool type thing is a source of water that comes from the outside. It's a spring in the mountains that the water falls down from the top of the sky shelf cavern all the way down into a huge pool here on the other side of Hallowgate. It's pretty noisy, pretty well known. You can see it almost from across the city because it's a huge waterfall. And the basin drains into another basin that is then in the cavern shelf, and that's like a source of water that goes down and then presumably keeps going down, maybe, or who knows, like an underground river or something. But basically this water source goes down, and he says yes, apparently he used some sort of magic to protect himself inside a barrel, and then pushed himself into the whirlpool. That's what they say anyway. It sounds very far-fetched to me, but in the barrel, and plop, and plopped out in the cavern shelf, where he was able to then find his way to attempt assassination. It was quite the stir. But yes, anyway, so I've suddenly heard there are other ways than the 2 official tunnels, I suppose. But yes, you lot don't look like you'd fit in a barrel.
Finley's just writing all these stories down to make songs about them.
And
there's already been many a song about this particular escapade. This was quite the stir.
yeah, and Dudon says to the rest of the group that if we choose the sneaky path, he can, teach a trick or 2 that he has learned in the forest that could help. So +10 to the stealth checks.
Yeah, that could certainly be useful anyway. Like even if we use the pass to the deep shelf, we'd probably still need to sneak around if we want to get to the mine. Like they're not gonna let us in the mine with the pass. The guards probably will let us to the level, but we probably won't get into the mine. Like they'll know the situation and that they're probably not supposed to let anyone in. So, and that the pass is not valid either. That's also one. Yeah. I wonder if Gold Brew is actually like trying to silence this. Like there's something that's happened in the mine that they needed all the laborers for, and if they are the employers of the chain company, for example, in this situation where they came to us, try to keep it shush, try to handle the infestation with the chain company, so nobody knows that something weird has happened in there. So it could be. Could be someone else as well, but
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility.
yeah. And then with the drow being involved, like it sounds like it's got something to do with, I don't know. I mean, a breach does, like as we talked, like a breach does sound likely. Maybe. Yeah.
Wolf digging too deep. Sounds
Yeah.
familiar from some movies.
Where have I heard that before?
Sure, there's an old story about that somewhere. Yeah.
Shadow and Flame. Okay, but what do you guys think our next steps should be?
I am currently just trying to think of a way that we could fish the information about the ruins, and I was thinking like Finley could just toss few coins to some people he's gonna befriend around the city, and they will like once seeing a member of the chain company would tell, like strike a conversation for some reason that vittu, että on vaikea puhua englantia, holy shit. That they would be sort of giving compliments to the chain company, that like they some company found this cursed item and from these ruins, I don't know what the ruins were called, blah blah blah, like so that the information would be easy to get from the chain company without just straight up asking them. But I'm just like in the 10% of that thought, like I'm just trying to think of a like good story here.
Before we do that, Marriott, you seems to know thing or two. So do you happen to know any ruins nearby
South
the
of
south?
Duenham.
The ruins. Oh, I've.
The easiest approach.
Well, to be honest, I don't travel too much outside of the city, but I mean, all over the Creedlands there are ruins from the previous civilization, from the previous kingdoms before the Divine Empire. Many old temples and fortifications were attacked during the Civil War that brought about the Pentarch that was we have now. So, are any specific ruins you're looking for, or?
We don't know. Like the spirit in the sensor was resting in one of those ruins, and it would want to be returned, but we don't know what ruin it was. Only that the change company was there. I wonder if there would be any way, like if we would know who employed the chain company, then they would then know probably where they went. But I don't know how we would figure that out.
And he just says, yes, well, unfortunately, I could probably find, or you could probably find lists of ruins throughout the Creedlands. I mean, south of Dvenhem, everything is south of Dvenhem, I guess. So that's not much to go on. Yeah, there could be hundreds of ruins that fit that description, I'm afraid.
But yeah, like with no meeting with the representative, like that's kind of, well, I guess we do have, like, yeah, some ways we could sneak into the deep shelf ourselves, but it's either that or figuring the ruin location out. I mean, you know,
Yeah. Since we have the spirit with us, I think should we try to get rid of it first? So try to locate the ruin spot. And then try to sneak in or fake
Yeah.
the pass.
I mean, it could also,
towards
like,
us.
of course, like one option is that even this could be linked. I don't know, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just another job that they did. But
Yeah.
like, if it is linked in some way, then that it would also give us more information on what's going on. Like, I mean, they probably were there pretty recently, and they're currently employed by someone who wants us not to look into this. So it could be that they were employed by the same people then. Like, this is a bit of a, well, a longer term gig for them. So it seems likely that they wouldn't hire them just to scare us. They've probably been using them for other shady business as well. Yeah, I know. I can't really think of any way to deceive the information other than like how it could be brought up without them realizing that we're searching for that information.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest.
What would be like if we would come up with a story that that people would be asking straight from chained company members so that they would get the ruin name? What would be the story that they would trick them to give the information with? Like, there was supposedly some company doing something at ruins, but because no one else was so brave as them, it was pretty, or something stupid like that. That's cringe, but anyway, like some kind of information story like that. But I just can't come up with words.
Yeah, maybe we could, like, I mean, we know that one of the members was like a famous brawler. Like, maybe we could make them boast about their recent exploits, and then they would maybe let it slip what they were.
Yeah.
Where they have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Robot Giant's Blood, like a fist fighter or brawler.
But yeah, I was trying to come up with the story, but I just can't write it down. Like, what would they be doing at ruins that would be so? I don't know.
I'll say that it's not uncommon for adventuring parties to exist in a similar way to like mercenary companies. You don't necessarily have to have an employer. If in fact you can't get work or something like that, then you might head to a fabled ruin to just, you know, loot the place and get treasure and see what you can find, sort of thing. So it's not uncommon to like have groups of people who, you know, basically like what's the word, like tomb raiders, right? Like they, you know, might go out and look for stuff, and there's plenty of ruins and plenty of potential things, and you know, so it doesn't necessarily mean that they were hired to do a job to go and get something from a ruin. It might just be something that they did on the side. You don't know, right? But that's another possibility as well.
Yeah. Like maybe we could get Robok to brag about his exploits, like if he's got a fight going or something. We could yell from the crowd, "Tell us of your heroics!" or something. I don't know.
For ghosts. Synonyms for ghosts. Like,
Spirit.
like angry spirits. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Spirits, specters, ghosts. Yeah. Depends what sort of context.
Yeah, what sort of ghost, yeah. Shade, spook, wraith, spectre, ghost writer.
Wraith is a good one for an evil ghost, an angry
Phantasm,
ghost.
phantom, shadow, soul.
But yeah, something like that with a better storytelling ways. I don't know. But I think like if we could hire some people to ask this information around, so that it wouldn't be our faces asking it. In some local taverns or something.
Oh yeah, like just asking people if they would know that where the chain company had been. Is that
no,
the
like
idea?
Hiring people to ask this from members of the chain company at local taverns, so that they would get the information and bring it to us, so that we wouldn't have to show our faces to them at all, and we wouldn't be linked to this at all.
Was the chained company some like around our size that did it only have like
like the one group?
Less than 10 members.
Yeah, so they aren't like low level grunts, so to say.
Yeah, not that you know of, at least the information that Stain got was, they weren't like a big group of people or something,
Oh, okay. I thought they were like well organized.
No, they're similar to you
established
as far as you know, yeah.
They've been here for quite a while. But it's just like probably the one group that we met. We don't know, of course. Maybe there's more.
Maybe a few more.
But yeah, like how about trying to get Robok Chansplot to boast about it? Like we could there's probably a big crowd watching, so he wouldn't notice who it was. So then we could do it without our faces, without having to have a what do you call it? Välikäsi,
middleman.
Yeah.
Proxy.
Yeah. How does that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we can try that.
I guess we could try to probably, like, I would guess, I don't know, like what time are if there are any like brawls or fights, like are those arranged in the evenings or?
Yeah, more
from
likely
Marriott,
to be
I can ask.
Yeah, more likely to be an evening thing.
Yeah. Could we figure out if he actually has any like in the near future? Like...
You would probably need to go and like ask around in some other taverns and like ask some people. But yeah, you can. So if somebody wants to just spend some time doing that now, like you can just do an investigation check, see kind of what information you might be able to get on that.
Yeah, I guess
from
just
the
like
town
asking
in
around
general.
for like in general like any fight, if there are any fights being arranged and like who are fighting, and just like probably should be quite public knowledge that there's some fights going on. I can do that. 13.
Yeah, asking around a little bit. You go to a couple of the other taverns near the Screaming Maiden, chat to some people, and yeah, you find out that there is a specific or a well-known tavern called the Bear Pit, which hosts fights. Like that's its whole thing. Like fighting is a little bit underground in terms of like probably not. It's again a bit like the gambling den. It's a bit of a grey area where it's not like officially licensed boxing fights, right? But it's also not really seen as a too bad of a thing. So there are pretty regular fights there. The only thing you don't know is obviously like the schedule of the fights and stuff, and whether Robok might be fighting. And
Do we
when.
know where the kind of like
You can
Can I
find the
ask around?
location. Yeah, you can get the location of the bear pit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a secret,
Secret,
or anything.
yeah.
Yeah, people will just.
Can I go there
Yeah,
into
sure.
the bear pit?
Yeah, you're just gonna go on your own.
I don't know. Was anyone else with me when I went to investigate, or did I go alone?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I can join.
Yeah.
Well, Yaruk is not very stealthy in operations like this, so probably not joining you guys.
Finley and Stein.
I'll
So
join.
what's you're gonna go there to watch the
Just like see like if we could figure out when Robok is like scheduled for a fight, if we can figure that out, and then we would know when to go there.
I don't think I need to come for that.
And Stein.
I'll join.
Since
Okay.
gonna go.
I like
so
fighting.
So the three of you head to the bear pit, which is like it's
Narrows?
it's in the Narrows as well. Yeah, and it is a purpose-built sort of, or sorry, not purpose-built for fighting. So it's like a converted warehouse that is now like has a pit in the middle essentially and a bar. Like that's all it is really. They charge 2 silver to get in each, which you can pay if you
Alright.
want to go. And there is a fight ongoing. You can already hear the crowd as you approach because it's the evening time now as well. So you hear the shouts of the crowd and the noises of the fighting pit there. And you guys pay up and enter. And yeah, you see there's like a really decent crowd. A lot of people around are kind of swarming around the this kind of like dropped down wooden circle basically, so you can stand and look down onto literally a pit, similar to like if you remember from Game of Thrones, if anyone's a Game of Thrones fan, where she fights the bear in the pit, very similar to that. The 2 fighters who are there, you don't recognize either of them as Robok, and they're doing some kind of like stick fighting, so just like a sort of short club that they're kind of fighting and going backward and forward, and there's hits and crowds and everyone's cheering, and a big atmosphere in there.
Can I go look for, I don't know, maybe there is a promoter or something, like someone who's like basically like arranging things, who's not here to have a good time, who's here to do business?
Yeah, make a perception check for that. Looking around, there's a lot of people in there. It's not the easiest to spot anyone in particular. The most obvious like staff person is just the bartender, who's behind the bar at the moment as well.
All right, I'll just go talk to the bartender then.
Way ahead of you. I was getting a drink already.
Yeah, you see Stain already over there at the bar as you're like trying to search around for stuff. You go up to the bartender. She's like a heavily tattooed, like possibly like a Goliath, who you wouldn't necessarily you don't see so often, a half giant. So she towers over the bar, and she's incredibly like ripped and bald, and but she looks kind of down at you, and what do you want?
I'd be interested about the fights. Like, who are fighting right now? Actually.
Oh, this is Samson on the left there, and she points at like Samsung. Yeah, no, Samson, Samson.
Son of Sam.
Yeah, son of Sam. And Renly the Destroyer. It's an ironic name. He's usually loses, but you know, we like to give him some hope. And you see a much smaller guy who's also fighting. Like one is a half elf and one is a human. The half elf is quite spindly and getting relatively easily beaten by the stick guy. But yes, yeah. You want to put a bet on? You can take bet. We take bets here at the bar. You know, this is round one, so you can still get in for the winner of the fight.
Well, I'm not interested in this particular matchup, but are the matchups like arranged in advance, or does it go like night by night?
Well, yeah, we kind of see who comes and goes, but yeah, for the big fights, we try and get them. You know, we like to promote them. We like to, you know, send out flyers. You know, to all the local taverns, let people know when the big boys are fighting. You know, so yeah.
Are there any big fights arranged? Like that would be what I would be interested in. Like any arrangements made?
Yeah. But tomorrow night, in fact, we got Robot Giant's blood. He's famous in the city. And make an insight check. Yeah, you see as well that she fancies this guy. Like he immediately is like kind of the lovey eyes, like, oh yeah, Robot Giant's blood is coming. Giant's blood is coming. It's going to be great. Yeah, I mean he's unbeaten. 8 fights in a row now. Bare knuckle. Yeah, you won't see anything like it. You know, he's ready to go. Yeah.
Who is he fighting against?
He is fighting against Harnock. He's a dragonborn fighter. Yeah, he's also supposed to be very good. Comes from outside of Dvenhem. He's supposed to be an actual match for Roblox, so it's going to be hell of a fight.
All right. Well, what time is it arranged? What time is the fight?
Oh, it's 9 p.m. All our fights start at 9 p.m. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well,
headline events.
Definitely, that sounds like something I would be interested in seeing. Thank you.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Information.
Yeah.
And I'll just order a drink as well while I'm here.
Sure. And she bought some drinks for you guys as well. No. Anything? Any other business here? You watch as Renly is like slowly getting pounded by this. by Samson. Everybody's like, hey!
Man, now I'm itching for a fight. God damn.
I think we
if you're chatting, she says, "Hey, you're welcome to sign up. We always need new blood. You know, some of the opening acts for some of the headliners. Plenty of space on the schedule. Yeah,
I'll
you
think
look like
about
you
it.
could. Yeah, you look like you could hold your own.
We want that to happen.
Perhaps,
I want to.
perhaps bring a friend. You know, set up your own fight. Yeah, just saying that happens a lot. You know, a little bit of a dodgy interaction with the betting. You know, but yeah, no. If you fix any fights, you'll find yourself without feet. You know what I'm saying? But,
Are you going to sign up?
No, not now.
But with all
Maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, with all the business concluded, you head back to Screaming, I guess, as well. To yeah. And anything else you guys want to do before ending the day here?
Probably.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Then you take a short rest, long rest, and
Short
finish
rest,
the-
damn.
short rest. And you guys level up. Bing.
Oh.
Yay.
Bing.